Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a safer way to be on the internet with Surfshark.
Surfshark.com.
Absolutely. It gets so much with Surfshark. You need to have a VPN. There's so many advantages to this. Online security and privacy. You don't want to hook up to public Wi-Fis. That's crazy. That's too much here. Plus, you can get things that you can't get where you are. Like Surfshark creates a virtual private network that encrypts your entire internet activity, hiding your IP address and making your online activity invisible. It's essential when, like for us, when we're working on public Wi-Fi networks in hotels, places like that, because it protects me and it'll protect you from anyone who's trying to snoop into my data. You got to do that.
Right.
You're going to go to an airport and hook up? You kidding me? No. Also, the peace of mind here is huge. It really is. And so is the value. Surfshark operates on a strict no logs policy, meaning that your browsing history stays locked down, and that's pretty awesome. And what's more awesome is it secures all your devices simultaneously with just one account, which is great. So my phone, both my laptops, all the work computers, all this, it's all under one roof with this. It's so great. 4,500 plus servers in over 100 countries, 24/7 customer support. It's awesome. This is the best thing here. And Surfshark here, they have their add-on feature here. This is the Surfshark antiviruses, Surfshark Alert, Surfshark Search, and Alternative ID, which is also awesome. Surfshark Alert is something that you need. It's a monitoring tool that notifies you immediately if your email or passwords appear in any breach database at all, which is awesome that you really need that. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get as much off of this as possible. Don't want people finding my info. That's crazy. So you can do it too here. Get in here, secure your privacy with Surfshark. It's completely risk-free with their 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to surfshark.com/STM or use code STM at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. That link and code are in the show notes and episode description.
Now back to the show.
Hey, want a cookie? Oh, I know you just ate, so you're craving something a little sweet. Besides, one cookie isn't gonna kill you. How about half? Just a bite? Bite it. Bite it. Bite it.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. Your affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on a path to successful weight loss by quieting food noise.
Bite it.
Shh. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
This week, in Jerome, Idaho, after a woman finds an ex-boyfriend hiding in her closet with a crossbow, his entire story comes out, including a crazy murder where he tried to blame a very unlikely person, decades in prison, and even a book of cowboy poetry. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely insane edition of Small Town Murder. Wow, this is a crazy one that we have for you today. Before we get to that, though, definitely get your tickets coming up. Very soon. What is it? This weekend, I think. March 6th, Durham, North Carolina, Carolina Theater. March 7th, Atlanta at the Tabernacle.
It's going to be crazy.
And get in there. We're going to have a blast. We have a wild story to tell you. Can't wait to do it. So shutupandgivememurder.com is where you get all of that and anything else you want to get. Also, pick up your Stupid Opinions Phoenix tickets for March 21st as well at Stand Up Live. And then the rest of the year also Denver, Royal Oak, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Dallas, San Jose, Sacramento, Tarrytown, and of course Boston. Those are the ones that aren't sold out. So get in there and get your tickets right now. Also, definitely listen to our other 2 shows, Crime in Sports and Your Stupid Opinions, which you're going to love. And in addition to that, get yourself Patreon. What are you waiting for? Patreon.com/crimeinsports, just like the name of that show we just told you about. That is where you get everything, all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get so much, first of all.
So much.
You get As soon as you subscribe, you get a huge back catalog of hundreds of bonus episodes you've never heard before. Then you get new ones every other week, one crime and sports, one small town murder, and you get them all. Just everything that we have. You get everything. And in addition to that, you also get everything we put out, crime and sports, your stupid opinions, all the small town murders, all ad-free as well with your Patreon. Not too bad. And you get a shout out at the end of the show.
Bet.
So you can't beat it, honestly. It's the best value you can get for your $5. Do that. Patreon.com/crimeinsports.
Yes.
That said, disclaimer time. This is a comedy show, everybody.
It is.
It's a comedy show. We are comedians. Jokes are going to happen. People are definitely going to die. Otherwise, it would be a very poorly named show if
what would that be about?
If there was no murder. So there's definitely going to be murder. And you go, well, how does that work? How do you make that funny? Very easily here. That's the thing. Very easily. First of all, we don't make fun of the victims or the victims' families.
Why is that, James?
Because we're assholes.
But
we're not scumbags. See how that works? Yeah, it's very, very easy to do. And on top of that, there's plenty to make fun of. You can make fun of a small town because we're all from somewhere that deserves to be made fun of. Who cares? It's all in good fun. We can make fun of a police force that doesn't do their job well and lets a murderer go free and kills more people. I think that's worthy of mockery.
Yeah.
And we can make fun of murderers because hey, fuck them. That's why.
Fuck them.
So that's right. How dare they? They're out here murdering. They want us to be nice to them? No, we're going to make fun of them. But what we don't do is that. So I think it's a good time. If you think true crime and comedy, though, should never, ever go together, might not be the show for you, but it might be. That's the thing. I think you should give it a chance, see how it goes. No complaining later, though. Tell you what. That said, I think it's time, everybody. What do you say? Let's all sit back here. Let's all clear the lungs here. I'm going to clear that Nashville out of my lungs that I was stuck in for so long here. And let's all shout. Shut up and give me murder. Let's do this, everybody.
All right.
Let's go on a trip, shall we? Let's do it. We are going to Idaho this week. Oh, yeah. Jerome, Idaho.
Where's that?
A guy named Jerome. It's southern Idaho, kind of southern in the central area there, south central Idaho.
Okay.
It's about an hour and 45 to Boise. It's about 9 hours and 50 minutes to our last Idaho episode, which was Bonner's Ferry. So you can drive for 10 hours and still be in Idaho.
Yeah.
That's a long...
That motherfucker's long.
It's long. Yeah, that's all the way up. Bonner's Ferry, Idaho is episode 640, which was Killer Adjustment. Remember that was the chiropractors? And that was a hilarious episode.
Oh.
Weird
war
old
against them, right?
Chiropractor war with each other. That was insane. That was one of the weirdest episodes. This is in Jerome County. Jerome in Jerome. Area code 208. It's not a big town. It's about 5.5 square miles, so not a big place. By the way, this is 3,700 feet of elevation as well, so it's pretty sitting up there pretty high.
It gets rocky up there. It's near Wyoming. Fuck. It's all mountains up there.
Absolutely. It's from there. Now, a little bit of history here. Kind of, obviously, there was a lot of tribes here to begin with and that sort of thing, different ones. And the first people, that came from the east were fur trappers. Right. That came here, obviously, and there was an old Indian trail that crossed. This is basically part of the Oregon Trail type of a little branch off of it. But it was the terrain around here is pretty rocky and pretty crappy, so nobody ever stopped. They just kept going. They just kind of didn't do anything with it. So that was that. But then in about 1900, early 1900s, people started staying here, and it was officially established, Jerome, in 1907. Just as a planned railroad settlement. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't a naturally occurring town. The railroad said,
just a quick break.
Perfect. Yeah. This is where we need to have a spot here. And they wanted to have an irrigation project there as well. Yeah. So there's that kind of thing. In October 1908, ground was broken beginning the construction of a big hotel. It was the North Side Inn. It was real dramatic. And it was it's beautiful, too. It was a really, I've seen the pictures, beautiful structure, and it was the only thing there like that. This was like a bunch of makeshift structures and a little railroad settlement, and then this fine hotel in the middle of everything, which was real weird looking here. Nowadays, Jerome's economy is mainly from the farms and the dairies. Dairy farming became a huge source of revenue. Yeah, it's not so much potatoes anymore. It's
who knew?
Dairy farming now. This isn't far from where Evel Knievel did attempted the Snake River jump, which we talked about. We did a 10-part Evel Knievel episode on Crime and Sports, talked about that a lot. Notable people here. This is where, if you've ever read Nicky Sixx from Motley Crue, he's got a couple of books, and actually a good writer, too, writing kind of his memoirs.
Not much of a reader, but I've read that one.
Yeah, there you go. This is the town that he kind of grew up in, where he got sent with his grandmother. Remember, he talked about being in a shitty little small town. This is said shitty little small town.
Okay.
Here's some quotes from Nicky Sixx here about this place. Quote, Jerome, Idaho might have been small, but it had a downtown with a J.C. Penney, a Western Auto, a Dairy Queen, and a couple of drugstores.
Well, how about?
Well, howdy. My friend Alan's grandmother worked at McCleary's, which had real old-fashioned soda fountain with circular stools and half-moon crescent counter. Most of whatever you needed, they stocked. Clothes, tools, magazines, dime store novels. They even sold records.
Hey, how about that?
He said, I wouldn't know how in the hell Motley Crue would have formed in a town of 4,000 people. I was going to end up working on a farm. That's what I was going to do. That was my destiny. And I would have been the biggest rock fan on earth and had the biggest vinyl collection of anybody in Jerome, Idaho. But
imagine that.
Yeah, so if Jerome wasn't...
big old hair tilling the fields.
Well, if it wasn't so boring, he probably wouldn't have left and formed Motley Crue. So the boring small town does push people out into things that they need to do.
Pushes creativity, man.
That's it. Here's some reviews here. Right. This place has 3.3 stars on Niche, which is not good.
Not good.
It's not good at all. Here's 4 stars. Jerome is a small town. We're aware of that. That's why it's on Small Town Murder. Everyone knows each other. The community is very good at sponsoring school functions and sports. The people here are very caring and donate a lot to their community. I'm very grateful. I've been raised in a small town because it's taught me a lot. I've learned that you should keep good friends close and family is important. Okay, here's 3 stars. I like that it's very quiet and nothing really happens.
I love that.
I love that nothing happens. I would definitely like to see more people expressing themselves and their opinions, which is the opposite of my view. I would like to see less people expressing themselves and their opinions. That's my opinion that no one else wants to hear.
Also, he wouldn't appreciate that.
No.
This person just wants an echo chamber.
That's yeah. I want people to talk.
He doesn't want anything differing.
Here's 2 stars. Not a bad place to be if you don't mind the country lifestyle. No movie theater, not much for outdoor activities. Restaurants suck, but at least you can enjoy being away from the hustle and bustle. So there's nothing to do and everything sucks, but at least you're not in the damn city. Like, okay.
And the food's terrible.
Well, here is the last line, which is my favorite. Honestly, I hate it, but I can see why some might enjoy it. Honestly, for me, it's terrible.
For me, this is the worst, but some people enjoy it.
Here's 2 stars, and this could really be a town review for basically any town in America outside of San Diego. Quote, you just can't predict the weather. It could be sunny, then turn into a windy day. Yeah. Wind just comes? Wow, that's so weird. I've never lived anywhere where it gets windy sometimes. Have you? That's real weird. And sometimes
if you could predict the weather, you wouldn't have weathermen, that's for sure.
No, and that happens. Wind comes from another place. It's just how it works. 1 star, they ticket out-of-state license plates for passing through. I would absolutely avoid driving through or stopping here. The judge will act as a state prosecutor and waste your day if you try to fight it. I would try to stay away and try to find other routes or other places to stop. You think this guy got a ticket while passing through town and then went all the way back there to try to fight it? Do you think that's what happened? I think that's what happened.
That's the idea with those small towns. They're speed traps, and that's how they get the revenue, so they keep everything else low for the residents.
We've ranted and raved about that in Texas for...
It's never stopped for me. Nope. My anger stays here.
I was going 77. Trust me. That's what the goddamn cruise control is.
Still got $280 of my money.
Man, people in this town, 12,182. So it's about tripled since Nicky Sixx was there in 1974. In 50 years or so. More men than women, which in a town that's over, 1,000 people, that usually means farm work or lumber or something like that's going on here.
Just lots of manual labor.
Yeah. Median age here, 31.1, which is well below the national average, which is about 38 and a half. We got to be young to do that labor too. Family here, this is about 50-50 married. It's about average. A lot of people single with children also. So you're either married with kids or single with kids, but you got some kids.
Either way, there's kids running around.
Which, if there's a farm, you kind of need kids. That's why you have them. It's a workforce
you need
you're
some
putting
youthful folks, but not in I want a 7-year-old on the combine.
You got to put out a workforce. 7-year-old can collect eggs or whatever, while the 12-year-old works the combine.
Their small hands can milk the teats much easier.
Better. Well, at least the smaller cows, you know. Race here, 61.8% white. 0.1% black. Not a lot of black people in Jerome, Idaho. 0.3% Asian, 36.2% Hispanic. So 62.6% of the people here are religious. It's 50-50 in the rest of the country. And the biggest one here, it was a horse race too.
Oh, really?
It's a horse race, but it's Catholic actually somehow.
Really?
Because of the Hispanic population, because second is Mormon, obviously, is LDS. So that's what they have there.
And the LDS community is certainly trying to get that Latin
they're trying to recruit them.
They're trying so hard.
They're walking around the farms with their white shirts on going, excuse me.
It's big families. Yeah.
Excuse me.
There's a lot of tithing around here.
Yep. Unemployment rate is low here. It's about 3.8%. If you can get your ass out on the farm, there's something to do. Median household income also lower than the national average, though. $54,535. It's about 15 grand less than the national average. But the cost of living here, overall, 100 is regular. Here it's 89.
Okay.
So, well, it's a little bit low. Housing, though, median home costs $334,300. So not cheap.
No.
Not a cheap place
that's not that good.
No, it's not cheap. And if we've convinced you, damn it, the only place you could possibly call home is Jerome, Idaho.
Yeah.
Well, we got something for you. We have the Jerome, Idaho Real Estate Report. House number one seems extremely overpriced, in my opinion. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 740 square foot place. It's a house, isn't it? It's a little box of a house. Yeah, it's not a trailer or anything.
There's a lot of those in Idaho.
Yeah, these little houses built in 1940.
Yeah.
This little tiny house, $219,000.
My Christ.
No land, nothing.
Nothing.
Barely, just the yard around your house.
Yeah.
Next up here is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Here. Oh, by the way, the 2-bedroom rental average here is about $1,020, which is lower than the national average. So that's good. Yeah. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is a nice 2-story house, front porch with a couple of pillars, nice walkway leading up to it. Yeah. It's a nice house. Again, not a lot of land or anything like that. Inside, it could use a little updating, but it's not bad. It's a pretty decent house. Built in 1916. So that's cool too. Okay. Nice old house. $300,000 for that. Problem
a little bit more, but worth it. Yeah, right?
Yeah, but you really got to redo the inside. This is the one. I mixed this one up with the next one. This is the one that literally has thick green shag carpeting in it.
God damn.
Pink walls in some rooms. And
fix that.
Like Formica-looking counters, like 50s look. Like it looks like they redid it in like 73, and they were like, perfect. And that's
Don't
what it's been
change a thing.
Since then. Then the next house is the newer one. That's right. This is a 1978. It's built, not new, but 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,875 square feet. It's just a big raised ranch, just a big, like, long raised ranch. Looks pretty flat around it. Like it's not like your yard goes into like a farm field after that, but that's not your property.
Very Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, 5.5 acre lot. $825,000 for that.
Holy fuck.
A little pricey to be up there. Then we'll add one more quick one. If you just want to buy some land here, 438 acres is on sale on North Side Jerome. That's all it says, North Side Jerome. $11,350,000. It's been on Zillow for 2 years, so I think you could probably talk them down a drop, maybe.
You may want to drop the price on that.
A little bit. Things to do here. Okay. Yeah. We have the Jerome County Fair, of course.
Of course.
Got to have that. They have a bunch of car shit, like demolition type stuff and car shows.
Idaho fucking loves a state fair.
They love they do. I think because there's a lot of rural places, so they like to gather and do something in a place. Because like they say, Jerome, not a lot going on here.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Fair. But they do them well.
I think they would have to. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Maybe we'll see how well they do it. I'm not sure if you'll agree.
Tell me.
They do the car shit. They do the PRCA Pro Rodeo.
Yeah. Professional, rodeo cowboys, James.
Rodeo.
That's a real one.
Oh, no, I know. Rodeo will come up in our story plenty, don't you worry.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we got a rodeo guy here in the story. So there's some entertainment as well.
Yeah.
Here's Alex Clark. I don't think so. They got different stuff. They have what you think and then what you would never think. It's a real weird lineup. Alex Clark, who's got Tuesday, 6 and 8 p.m. He's doing 2 shows a day here.
Wow.
Get ready for a wild display of stand-up comedy and circus spectacle. Oh, boy. The picture of him is in like an alley, like jumping up with a bunch of tennis, like he was juggling tennis balls and lost them or something. From juggling meat cleavers over a brave audience member to defying gravity atop a towering freestanding ladder, no ropes, no safety net, Alex masterfully balances it all while delivering mile-a-minute jokes just as sharp as his meat cleavers. You'll be gasping for air in both awe and laughter. This sounds like a nightmare.
Yes.
It sounds like a nightmare. It sounds like he saw Penn and Teller and was like, I could do that, but by myself and not nearly as good. And nearly as well. Just very poorly.
Yeah. Get yourself a mute, Alex.
Yeah. You need one. Next up is Michael Mesmer, who does magic. He is an Asian guy with a weird haircut and a crazy, like, weird leather jacket that looks like he's from the future. It has like purple sleeves with stripes on it and shit. I don't know. He looks like he came from space, this man.
Oh, God.
It's very strange. He said, it says here he's named a top professional by the entertainment director of Universal Studios and one of the world's top hypnotists by NBC TV. I don't know. That's interesting.
You can get Universal to tell...
They just name you a top professional. They tap you. You, sir, are a top professional. Not even by the entertainment director, the unnamed entertainment director of Universal Studios. It says
NBC
for
TV.
Yeah. He has for many years of outstanding performances in the fair industry throughout the U.S. and Canada. He's a fair regular. The Rocky Mountain Association of Fairs presented Michael with their Entertainer of the Year award. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. He's a must-see attraction worldwide, it says. Next up, we got Carson Hasher.
Oh, boy.
He's a fat guy in a cowboy hat with a guitar.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what he does
that's a country
here.
Man.
Yep, singer-songwriter from southern Idaho. He's always sought after the simple life, a piece of land, a smoking wife, a couple of kids, and a bass boat, of course. Well, that's an easy. You can get those things. Those aren't. Those are fine things to get, but those are acquirable.
Like a smoking wife, like with a 2-pack habit, or you want one that's
either
like...
way. But judging by the looks of him, I'm going to say he's hoping she's going to maybe change the 2-pack a day habit into maybe dipping pretty soon. Maybe get into some Copenhagen, but that's what I think. And then there is, quote, local community entertainment.
That's all they got?
That's what they got. Then they have canine demonstrations. Jerome High School dance team.
Jesus.
Oh, Christ. Something more, it says, and then in parentheses, rock music. That's got that. Line dancing with the Jerome County Kickers. I think you're missing a word in there.
Yeah.
The FFA animal safety presentation.
Great.
Here's how to get a dog not to bite you. So that's how that goes. I found some older things from the Jerome County Fair. 2020, they had Joe Mama's Car Show. And Ned Ledoux, I thought it was Ned Ledoux, whoever that
Chris's
is.
brother,
and mud drag racing, and a hypnotist also, obviously. Got to have that.
This is crazy.
This is a small town festival.
That's not,
that is.
Idaho's much better than that for state fairs. I do know that.
I think Jerome's a pretty small county, though.
I think
basically.
you're right.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting
Nobody's
the same.
coming.
No, they don't even get one of the Ludacry to come.
Right. You're not getting anybody with
no
name
Ludacry.
recognition.
No. Crime rate in this town, what we're interested in here. Property crime is just below the national average. Pretty goddamn close to it, though, to be living in the middle of nowhere. Then violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and, of course, assault. The Mount Rushmore of crime is about 20% below the national average. So safe, but not as safe as it should be.
It should be safer.
To live in the middle of nowhere where you can't even get Ludacris to come to your county fair, you know? That said,
can't get pizza delivery or Ludacris.
What if Ludacris would deliver your pizza? Now you'd have something.
Now I'm looking at that house. I'm looking at that land. To be honest, I'm gonna take a mortgage.
Yeah, big one. Delivered by Ludacry. Here he comes.
Yeah.
One of them. You could. The nice thing is there's so many Ludacry. You could send out 10, 12 of them at a time delivering pizzas. It's easy.
It's just be ludicrous pizza, and every pizza is delivered by a ludicrous.
Everyone. That's him. That said, let's talk about some murder. What do you say?
There we go.
All right. This story is awesome. Not awesome in terms of, obviously.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's a crazy story. And this is one of those stories that when you find it, you go, how has this not been told 100,000 times?
Everybody know.
How does everyone not know about this? Okay, let's start out February 15th, 2016. Mm-hmm. So pretty recently.
Very
10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years. This is in Star, Idaho, okay?
Yeah.
It's about 1:25 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. There's a man named J.D. Charbonneau.
Yeah.
Charbonneau here. He's 56 years old, and he calls at 1:25 p.m., calls the Ada County Police Dispatch and said he's been held hostage. He just escaped. He's out now. He's good now, but he said he'd been held hostage by a woman in the 12,600 block of Bambrel Street in a home. So he just escaped. And he drove to a parking lot. It's nice that he had his car there, too. That's
good. Yeah, that's
good.
helpful.
Yeah. When I'm kidnapped, I go, can you grab my car, too, at least when I leave, so I have a place to thank you? It's nice. Yeah. It's more convenient that way. He said he escaped from the house and drove to a parking lot at the intersection of West Chinden Boulevard and Linder Road, where he called the police. So the deputies came to talk to him. This is quite the tale, my friend.
Certainly, yeah.
And they might have believed him, but there's a problem.
What happened?
The problem is 5 minutes before he called 911, a woman called 911. And she resides also in the 12,600 block of West Gambrel Street. And she says, this guy named J.D. Charbonneau that I know, we used to date. We dated for a couple of months. I broke up with him and got a restraining order or filed for a protection order against him, which, by the way, is supposed to start active tomorrow on February 16th. And I came home and found this J.D. Charbonneau guy in my closet with a medieval crossbow.
What?
That's what he brought to the house.
And so he's now...
Yes.
He's getting out ahead of this story saying, I did not. She put me in the closet.
The problem is she ran out of her home half naked and called the police first at a neighbor's house. He ran out and called and was like, this lady, she's a crazy lady, kept me hostage. Yeah. And they're like, weird. That's funny. There's a half naked lady saying it's a much different story than that.
Now, and he's heard that old adage that there's this side, that story, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth. And he's trying to just make that middle is so much softer.
Skew it a little to one side, possibly. Wow. So we got to find out more about this J.D. Charbonneau. He seems like a character.
Interesting.
A scary character.
Yeah.
You don't want to. If there's a guy you filed for an order of protection and you open your closet, that's what everyone is scared of. If you come home to your house, it's all empty and quiet, you think no one's there, and you go open your closet and there's a stranger in there. Terrifying. With a crossbow. And it's someone you know and someone you're scared enough to have an order of protection filed against. That's terrifying. So let's go back in time to 1984, okay? Got to go back 32 years to figure this whole thing out. And actually a little more than that.
Charbonneau's in his 20s, yeah?
At this point, yeah. He's in his mid-20s. So, because he was, he was born in 1960.
Yeah.
So, 1984, let's talk about a completely different person here. Mary Jean Arbaugh. Okay? Or I'm sorry, Marilyn, not Mary. Why did I say Mary? I'm looking at it and I said wrong. Marilyn Jean Arbaugh.
Okay,
now,
so Marilyn, okay.
She'll also have a last name of Charbonneau that we'll talk about.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Now, she's born September 9th, 1947 here. She's born in Wendell, Idaho. Yeah. She's got parents named James and Mary Bell. James goes by Jim. He's Big Jim, the, Idaho guy. And Maribel here and Mary Bell, not Maribel. Two separate words. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a better way to feed your cat with Smalls.
Smalls.com.
You know it. My kitty, Brandy, she kind of runs the house here.
Yeah.
She gets what she wants.
Sure.
Because she'll make sure she gets what she wants, because she'll keep telling you what she wants over and over again. And what we found that she wants is Smalls. That's what it always is. She wants the Smalls. It's good stuff, and you should feed your cat Smalls, because I'm telling you, they go nuts for it.
Yeah.
They love it. Yes, this podcast is sponsored by Smalls, and after my cat rejected kibble over and over again, all the different brands, I realized something had to change. Smalls Fresh Cat Food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free, 100% human-grade ingredients that you'd find in your own fridge. Have you ever been jealous of your cat's bowl? I am. I looked at it, I go, that looks pretty good. Let's sit down there with you. I'm going to have a bite. It's not bad, I'm telling you. And it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. For a limited time, get 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/STM. And starting with Smalls is real easy. You just share some info about your cat's health and diet and food preferences. Smalls puts together a personalized meal plan for your cat. No more picking between the random brands at the store. Smalls has the stuff that your cat wants. My cat loves it. I'm telling you right now. And your cat's going to love it too. And also, you're going to love it because after switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. And the team at Smalls is so confident that your cat will love their product that you can try it risk-free. That means they will refund you if your cat won't eat their food. Plain and simple. So stop guessing which meals will upset their stomach. For a limited time, because you're a Small Town Murder listener, you get 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/STM. One last time, that's 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/STM.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you the best way to get plants and trees with fast-growing trees.
FastGrowingTrees.com.
I know, I love Fast Growing Trees.
Yeah.
The only place we get our plants and trees from.
So
Did you
good.
know Fast Growing Trees is America's largest and most trusted online nursery with thousands of trees and plants and over 2 million happy customers? Wow. They have all the plants for your yard or home needs, including fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, shrubs, and houseplants, all grown with care and guaranteed to arrive healthy. It's like your local nursery, but anywhere you live. It's fantastic. With more plants than you'll find anywhere. Whatever you're looking for, Fast Growing Trees helps you find options that actually work for your climate, space, and lifestyle. Fast Growing Trees makes it easy to get your dream yard. Just click, order, and grow, and get healthy, thriving plants delivered to your door. Their Alive and Thrive guarantee promises you that your plants arrive happy and healthy, no green thumb required, just quality plants that you can count on, plus ongoing support from trained plant experts who can help you plan your landscape, choose the right plants, and learn how to care for them every step of the way. Nice. We love Fast Growing Trees. Get them all the time. I've got a peach tree, got an apple tree.
Nice.
Tons of plants from there. Yeah. My whole yard is full of Fast Growing Trees.
Terrific.
We get it all. It's fantastic, the product. They show up really nice, alive, healthy. I don't know how they do it, but it's fantastic and it's great, and you really should too. They have such a huge variety. It's expensive to go to these stores or these nurseries, and it's overwhelming just to be in the middle of all this. It's really helpful on the site, and they do help you out. They can help you plan stuff. It's really cool. You need plant experts sometimes, and that's what these people are. Support is available 7 days a week with email, chat, or phone. It's awesome. And right now, they have great deals on spring planting essentials, up to half off on select plants, and listeners to our show get 20% off their first purchase when they use the code SmallTownMurder at checkout. That's an additional 20% off better plants and better growing at FastGrowingTrees.com using the code SmallTownMurder at checkout. FastGrowingTrees.com, code SmallTownMurder. Now's the perfect time to plant. Let's grow together. Use Small Town Murder to save today. Offer is valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply.
Now back to the show.
Yeah. And apparently I saw that she had twin siblings die at birth in 1957.
Oh, no.
Which is interesting. They're both listed. Yeah, they're both listed on Find a Grave as Infant Arbaugh, February 23rd to February 23rd, 1957.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's crazy. They have little gravestones and everything. So
terrible.
Now, she was married until about 1981. Marilyn here. She was married
Maribel or Marilyn?
Marilyn, the daughter. Not the mom,
got it.
Marilyn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
Marilyn, the woman we're talking about. Marilyn Arbaugh / Charbonneau here. She was married to a guy named John Adamson. And John Adamson and her were married for about 6 years, and they got divorced in 1981. Now, John Adamson has a brother that will come up later, so we'll talk about that. Just remember the name Adamson, okay?
Oh, I won't forget.
Now, she has 2 daughters from previous relationships, Marilyn does. They're not John's kids. They're from previous relationships. She's got, by the 80s, she's a single mother with these 2 daughters, 2 teenage daughters. Her one daughter, Tiffany, Tiffnie, Tiffany.
Yep. That's not Tiffany.
No. Tiffany is born, I don't know, 1968, Tiffany. She named her kid. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that is
Terrible name.
That is very rural.
Whoops-a-daisy. Yeah.
She left
Nobody told you no.
You're missing a
That ain't
letter.
it.
But and then the other daughter, I don't know if it's Tyra or Tira, Tira. Now the name she's born in 1970, so I don't know if the name Tyra was around that much. I didn't
Probably
hear
not.
Tyra.
It might be
that much.
Tyra though.
It might be Tyra, Tira. Who knows? It could have been a different name that she is just wrong because Tiffany isn't.
Yeah. How did Eileen Weirnos is Weirnos? Why did I do that? Her girlfriend's name was Tyla.
Tyla. This is Tyra.
Tyla, not Tyra. Yeah.
This is Tyra. So we'll call her Tyra. All right. She's born in 1970. Now, by the 80s, by 1984, they were all living in a rented ranch property outside Jerome here, where Mom, Marilyn, keeps horses and tends to horses. Now, she's a waitress at the Butte Cafe. That's where she works. All right. Now, that's a bar restaurant type place.
Yeah.
July of 1982, she meets herself a new man. She's a year divorced. She meets a man named Jamie Dean Charbonneau.
You betcha.
I know him as old
JD.
J.D. Charbonneau here.
Yeah.
Now, she is about 10 years older than him, almost 11 years older than him. But man, do they hit it off.
You bet.
Oh, yeah. And it's one of those relationships that's made in the stars. He's a rodeo cowboy.
I was just going to tell you, that is a cowboy if I've ever heard one.
I mean, he's a rodeo cowboy. She's like a rural truck stop waitress or bar waitress.
Yes.
Saloon
I can
waitress.
smell the black coffee.
This is,
on both
these
of their
two,
breath.
It's made in heaven. And Marlboros, you can just feel it. You know what I mean? So Jamie Dean, by the way, his name, holy Jesus, is it spelled a lot of different ways. When you're researching a guy like this, it is brutal because you have to research 4 different names the same way.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the way you see it spelled a lot is Jaimi. That's the way he spells it.
Really?
Later on, when he publishes something, that's the name he's going to publish it under. Jamie like that, Dean Charbonneau. Now, it's also spelled Jaime in the newspaper a lot and in court documents as well. And it's also Jamie in other things. And then sometimes he's just called JD. So this guy was really, as hard as he is in real life to track down and figure out, he is as hard and slippery to figure out in the newspaper archives. Brutal. So, he's 24 in 1984. So he's about 22 when they meet in July of 82. And boy, do they hit it off, man. I'll tell you what. He is a rodeo guy. He is a rodeo cowboy, participates in rodeos. He's he's a tough son of a bitch. Known as a kind sort of cuss is what
Kind
he is.
cowboy. Yeah.
That's right. He wore crazy Western shirts with fucking with the decorative flap in the back and the bolo tie. I mean, he looks like it's central casting. He looks like Taggart from Blazing Saddles, like Slim Pickens. He looks like that's how he dresses. It's wild. Where do you see when he wears to court? Oh my God! Okay,
He wore it to court.
Well, I'll tell you later. So
Great.
He's kind of a handsome guy, and he's like that in that handsome kind of cowboy way. He's a rugged guy. And,
rugged cowboys get
dusty.
ladies, man. Yeah.
Especially up there where they don't mind a little dirt on the floor if you're coming from the field. So especially she's a horse person. Think about it. He's a rodeo guy. She's a horse person and kind of known as a drifter. He's known as a guy. Yeah. He is. He'll drift where the rodeo goes.
Instability.
He can shoe a horse, no problem. He's one of those kind of guys. So 1983, they get married. The attraction is just too strong, obviously. You can't keep away from this. So they get married, and her friends say that he's kind of macho, like when it comes to being possessive of Marilyn, which, he's kind of a cowboy kind of a guy. Like he'll tell everybody, I don't know if you know it or not, but I'm Marilyn's husband. Like he'll tell them almost like it's like
on intro. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like, hi, I'm Marilyn's husband. I don't know if you know it or not. Like, I know that you're trying to finger her a minute ago, even though you're just saying hello, but I'm her husband. So watch out. Like it's that kind of shit.
In case you ain't heard.
Which, I mean, that also comes with being young sometimes.
Sure.
When you're 22, you have a weird energy for like jealousy and possessiveness that you just don't have in your 40s.
It should dissolve prior to 30, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah,
but
by 35 should be, it's over.
Yeah, you should be humbled so many times.
So many times, yeah. By 45, it's like, hey, can you keep it down fucking the neighbor? Because this is on right now. The game's on, please.
If you're going to stick around, I appreciate it. Just enough with the moaning.
Just let me know. Yeah, I'll leave.
Stop saying you hit it better than my husband. Stop saying that.
Could you keep that part down? It's distracting. So
he never hits me there.
Yeah. So Marilyn here, she's got the two of them have a volatility to them.
Oh boy.
They got I don't know if they
jealousy?
Too much time around them wild horses or what, and it's just rubbed off on them, but she, at one point, this is crazy, she went with her father, James, to the prosecutor, the county prosecutor, whose name is Dan Adamson. Does that sound familiar?
Oh, hey, I remember that guy. Yeah.
That's John's brother. That's her ex-husband's brother, is the county prosecutor. This is all, wow, this thing is all intertwined, small town shit here. So she went to press charges against JD for domestic violence. Adamson declined it. He said, I won't press charges because he ruled it, quote, mutual combat. Mutual combat because Marilyn admitted to him in the whole story that she hit JD with a frying pan in the head.
First or in retaliation?
It doesn't matter.
Mutual,
that's what he said, though. He was like, well, I mean, once you hit him with a frying pan, I think you're all even up now, right? Did it have his breakfast in it? Let me ask you this. Did it have his breakfast? Well, I think a frying pan to the head and his eggs on the floor is plenty. I think it's all solved now. That's crazy.
He scrambled his eggs and scrambled his eggs.
I think everybody goes to jail, right? In that situation?
I've never heard the legal term of mutual combat.
Well, there is something called mutual combat, but that's like if you're like two people out that are adults and you're like, both agreeing to fight and all that. There's states that have mutual combat laws, but it's not at home between a husband and wife.
Yeah, right.
That's not the laws. That's called domestic violence. That's not two guys in a parking lot that agreed to settle their differences.
Mutual combat should be drawn at the line of same gender. Yeah. The second that a lady's involved with the dude, that's just domestic violence.
And also a weapon is involved. Once a frying pan's in the mix, I don't think mutual combat, you can't pick up a 2x4 and whack the guy with it. I think we're talking fisticuffs at that point, right?
I'll go one step further, James, and say even if he loses the battle against her, he still goes to jail.
Well, she should too. They both go to jail. You can't hit people with a fucking frying pan.
No, there's that too, yeah. But I mean...
if he hit you first, I guess, you can hit him with the frying pan. That's what I mean. We don't know the details. But if it was like... I don't know. If she hit him with a frying pan and then he whacked her back, what is that? They should both go to jail at that point.
Yeah, if she instigates it, for sure.
If she's returning fire, I guess it's okay, especially because he's like a rodeo cowboy. Like, he's a pretty rugged cat. Like, it's not like she's fighting...
Right. That guy wrestles 1,200-pound...
80-year-old man, 10 years younger than her.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So someone should be going to jail, but he said, no, it's mutual. Yeah, you got him. Y'all are even. Okay.
I don't like the phrase mutual combat when it comes to domestic violence at all.
It's like mutual combat. It's not mutual combat. Man and wife in the kitchen is not mutual combat with fucking bacon all over the house because that's crazy. August 3rd, 1983. Yeah. This is in Shoshone, Idaho. Mm-hmm. Jamie's in his truck, JD, and Marilyn walks up, Jesus Christ, with a .22 caliber pistol.
Oh, my God.
And unloads it into the side of his vehicle. Just
those go
empties the clip into the side. The bullets hit him in the right elbow and leg.
Yes.
Yes. She is charged with aggravated assault for that. That's not mutual
combat. The charges
combat.
in this town are crazy, James. That's attempted murder.
That's aggravated assault. I mean, it was a 22. You know, I mean, she could have got a bigger gun if she really wanted to hurt him. I think that's honestly what we're talking about.
A square body Chevy. Those generally stop those. That's
we know,
usually.
yeah. She expected the door panels to keep them bullets. I don't think this is really that bad.
What the fuck is happening?
She did this. One of the bullets remained lodged in his elbow forever because the doctors feared removing it would cost him the use of his arm. It would fuck everything up. So because it was splintered a little bit. So they said, just leave it. So he's going to have a 22 slug in his arm forever. Yeah. So according to reports of why she shot him, this makes a lot of sense. She alleged, and we don't know the veracity behind it, but the allegation, and the reason why we don't know the veracity of it, because it was never brought to court, because charges are real nebulous in this town. She alleged that he tried to sexually abuse her 13-year-old, who was Tyra at this point. Mm-hmm. So we don't know what happened here. Now, this was denied by both the daughters under oath at a later date, that he ever molested them. They both said it didn't happen. Yeah. But she said, well, I shot him because he went after my 13-year-old, which would be reasonable. But I guess you can't really arrest him for that if the kid says that didn't happen. Then it just looks like she's making an excuse for shooting him. We're not sure. And it's 1983. There's no way to really figure it out at this point. Either way, shit is crazy in this relationship.
It's past the point, way past the point of time to break up this family.
He hits her. She hits him with a frying pan. They're still together.
Yeah.
She thinks that he's molesting the kid, shoots him multiple times. They still stay together after that, even though it's crazy. So
that's unbelievable.
The assault charges against her for shooting him were later dropped because this is the wildest shit. At the time, she had a no contact order against him. So
he shouldn't have been there at all.
He technically violated the no contest order, so it was like, well, you got what you deserved, so they dropped the charges. You're allowed to shoot someone who comes near. Okay.
Regardless of the allegations of child molestation, he's here and shouldn't be. So she just returned fire.
Just fire away, my friend.
Sometimes fire is returned without any fire volley in the first place.
Well, no, and then so she
just
didn't even.
Her presence is fire volley.
She didn't even have to break out the molestation card because. She had
who cares? He shouldn't have been there.
He shouldn't have been there. The Lincoln County prosecutor, Doug Rose, had told Charbonneau to stay away, and he didn't. So he got what he wanted. But she kept coming back to him. He kept coming back to her. As soon as he got out of the hospital, they were back together again, all stitched up with a bullet in his arm.
Fiery sex? Is that it?
It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
It has
what
to
else
be.
Is there? Yeah.
Think about it. Like fiery, like Johnny Walker Red-fueled stinky sex.
She does that thing on the tip of his dick that nobody else does.
And no one does.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean,
it's got to be
2 pairs of boots on the floor. Waiting. So now Tyra said that she had heard during this time period JD threatened to kill her mother if he ever caught her with another man. Which in this relationship, that seems implied, right? Like the way they go at it together, I feel like death threats are kind of implied.
Feels like that's mutual combat.
At that point.
Both sides,
JD's mom, who, by the way, in a ton of different press reports, has 5 different names.
Nice.
Which is wild. I've seen her as Misty. I've seen her as Betsy. I've seen her as Bessie.
Oh, you don't mean different names. You mean
different first names. Completely different first names.
Not the same name, even close.
Even last name's different. So that she could have got married over the years because this is going to drag on. But first names, pick one.
That's amazing.
She said this is her summation of their relationship. Quote, they loved a lot. They fought a lot. They laughed a lot. They cried a lot. Yeah, that's called a terrible relationship. Toxic as fuck.
She's trying to quote make picture frames because that's James. That goes around the edges. That's any picture frame.
That's cowboy poetry right there. She's trying to produce.
They love hard.
Tiffany, in 1984, Tiffany has a boyfriend named Bart. Of course, his name is Bart.
Why not?
Again, Blazing Saddles. Bart was his name. who lived at the house on and off. He'd just come and go.
With the family?
With the family. She's 16, by the way.
Yeah. Perfect.
So this whole thing is...
Perfect.
Wow. This is like one big boiling pot of rice-a-roni that's just...
Not good.
You put too much butter in it, it's going to overflow. Yep. It's a lot. Now, June 13th, 1984, they get a divorce.
Who? JD and
Marilyn.
Marilyn?
They actually get a divorce. Yeah, they do get a divorce.
Okay.
Marilyn goes back to using Arbaugh, her maiden name, and everything like that. But even after their divorce, he would still introduce himself as her husband whenever that kind of thing went on. So I don't know if you know it, but I'm Marilyn's husband. Oh, boy. Now, June 21st, 1984.
Yeah.
This is wild. Okay. This is 8 days after the divorce was finalized. Just happened. Marilyn is finishing her shift at the Butte Cafe, eating a taco salad, which I'm sure is lovely in an Idaho bar in 1984.
Yeah. Bet it's still the best thing on the menu.
It is can of chili.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
Can of chili on, I'm assuming iceberg, I think they're going to go with.
Probably.
Which is fine.
Oh, you think there's a spring mix anywhere near this motherfucker?
No. There isn't a shred, a fucking leaf of arugula within 100 miles of this joint.
No romaine even. No.
Nothing like that. No. And I'm wondering how bad the shell is here on a taco salad. I bet it's just in a bowl, and they're like, there's taco stuff in there.
It's pre-made.
Crushed up tortilla strips, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
So she's finishing that up, and in walks JD. Which you pictured the saloon doors opening and the shadow going, and he comes in with his chest swaying.
His footstep creates dust.
Yeah, for sure. I think everything creates dust in this town.
You think so?
It feels like a place where even on wet concrete, if you step on it, a dust cloud pops up for some reason. It's weird. So he walks in the bar at about the same time another patron walks in, and this guy just had some kind of big windfall, the guy who walks in.
He's got some cash.
And he says, round of drinks for the house, on me. That's going to be a popular guy, right?
You bet.
What a nice guy. He walks in first thing, everybody have one on me. Well, everyone's real happy about that except for JD.
No, he's got some pride.
No, he doesn't have some pride. He's got jealousy. He said, how dare anybody buy a drink for my wife? It wasn't for his wife. It was for the house, including you, stupid.
Yeah.
But he took that as, you're buying my wife a drink. Them's fighting words.
There is
Mutual
something with
combat
cowboys
forthcoming.
about it. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Get over yourself. If someone buys a round of drinks, say, thank you, drink your drink, and shut the fuck up. What are you so crazy about, people? What's wrong with you?
I bought a round of drinks at it's a cowboy bar in the middle of fucking nowhere in Arizona, and two cowboys at the end of the bar declined it, said, none for us, thanks. And they bought their own beers.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right, whatever.
Yeah, that's called stupid, I think. You can call it pride, but it's stupid.
I think it's afraid of being gay. I don't know what it is.
It's a free
all
drink,
those man. Just have a drink.
It's really a potpourri, honestly. I don't
and I wasn't even flexing. There was 7 people. I was just like, this should be fun.
Yeah, this will be fun.
I've always dreamed of doing this. 7 people, I could afford that.
You can't do that around that type of person, though, because they think they're, I'm too good. He probably thinks you're better than me.
Fuck me, young man?
You think you're better than me? That's the other thing, too. Look at him walking in thinking he's better than everybody else, buying a drink, trying to be generous.
Crazy.
Weird. Those are people that don't spend enough time around women. They're out of their minds. Too much time. Because if there was a woman there, they'd go, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Buying everybody. The guy's being generous. Why are you weird?
Have a drink.
Have a drink.
I'm going to have a drink. I'll have yours, you fucking.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'll take 3. Mine and these 2 idiots. Thank you. So he gets pissed off. So Marilyn goes out later on, and so does JD. He follows her out.
Yeah.
And then she's gone.
She just disappears on her own.
We don't know. They both went outside, and then they're both gone.
Okay.
So the next time anyone sees her is 2 a.m.
Yeah.
This is where 2 women from Lewiston were stopped at an intersection near Wendell, Idaho, when Marilyn leaps out of a Fiat station wagon screaming, please help me. He's had me out all night and won't take me home.
Oh, my God.
Runs up to their car, waving, jumping on their hood like Creep Show, for Christ's sake. So She has red marks on her neck, too, that they can see clearly in the dark, even, like just in the light of the car. And she says, he's been strangling me. Look at my neck.
Yeah.
And you can
I
see
didn't know that Fiat made a wagon.
Neither did I. That was shocking.
wild.
I don't know where she got that. That had to be from the 70s, too. That's because Fiat was doing a lot in the 70s, but I'm not
I've
sure.
never seen a Fiat wagon. That's
Me
crazy.
neither. I'm sure they
It still
exist
fits
in,
only 3 people.
yeah, sure they exist in Italy or something, but not here. I didn't think. But either way, I don't know how it got to Idaho. Marilyn reports to police that JD had kidnapped her. He abducted her outside in her own car to get into the car outside of her job, choked her unconscious, drove her to Lincoln County, and raped her.
Wow.
This is a kidnapping rape now. They're not, that's what it is, period.
Right.
I mean, he knows her and all, but you still can't kidnap and rape people. That's crazy. So she escaped when the car stopped at a stop sign and she saw that other car. She made a run for it. He looked away for a second. She just jumped out.
Good work.
Took off. Now, her car was later found high-centered, stuck in the middle of the car on a rough road in another county, completely burned.
Lit it on fire.
High-centered it and burned it.
Huh.
That's where they find it. Now, the VIN numbers had been scratched out and literally taken off the car in all the obvious locations, the dashboard and the door frame.
Yeah.
But there was a secret VIN in a hidden location that law enforcement knew where to look for it.
Yeah.
There's
on the
other
motor
VINs.
block.
Exactly. Yeah, where it's hard to get to if you're going to
It's
scrape
underneath
it off.
the car. You're not getting a file in there.
Nope. So that's where it was found. Now, the land it was found on, JD's grandfather used to own that land.
Classic.
It's all pretty tight,
Matching
tying together.
Yeah.
So June 25th, 1984, a warrant is issued for JD's arrest for kidnapping and rape.
Jay. Yeah.
So finally some charges are happening here, but he's on the run. He took off. Apparently he was hitchhiking through Nevada at one point.
Okay.
A cowboy named Gary from Elko, Nevada, he told this guy that he was a rodeo clown from Arizona.
He told Gary that?
He tells Gary from Elko, I'm a rodeo clown from Arizona. And he said, well, what you doing here in Elko? And he said, counting studs for the government, which I didn't know they still did that past the 1870s. I wasn't aware that they were still...
Like wild ones?
We were hiring cowboys to do stud counts out in the wild. I didn't realize that was a thing.
There's like 30 of them. We're all right.
I'd like to know. Yeah, I'd like to know that if that's where our tax dollars are going. I'd really like to know why.
That seems wasteful.
Seems a bit wasteful. So this was Gary Stowell was the cowboy he ran into here. And this was on June 26th, the day after the warrant was issued. And he was counting studs for the government. Yeah. So this guy gave JD a ride from Southern, OWH YEE. Owyee County, which was from about 25 miles north. And JD continues his story by saying, see, I was out there counting the studs, for the government.
Lost track?
And all. No, didn't lose track. Right. I was on my horse, see, and my horse got spooked by some rattlesnakes.
Runned off?
Well, yeah, and he done took off on me now because the rattlesnake spooked him. And my pickup truck done run out of gas in the Sheep Creek area there. So,
all my modes of transportation are out.
I got nothing. The snakes are out. The horses just run. Now, then there's another guy, Albert Baranaga, who manages range operations in the county and in northern Nevada for Simplot Livestock Company. He said JD introduced himself on June 26th as Sam. Okay.
Now he's got a Sam name. All right.
Baranaga, who said he knew JD as a youth but didn't recognize him that day. They knew each other, actually, but he didn't recognize him. He said that he claimed to be counting wild horses for the government and claimed he was from Montana this time. So now he's Sam from Montana, not, whoever from Arizona. This guy said that he went to the camp to meet his wife and daughters and found JD there when he arrived at the Simplot camp.
Simplot, maybe? LOT?
LOT, yeah. Simplot Livestock Company. I'm not sure. Simplot. JD had said his pickup truck was out of gas and his horse ran away during the night, but he made no rattlesnake mention this time. Now the horse just ran off on his own. Now he's just another stud to count. That's all.
It's just a real willy-nilly horse he had.
That's it. Baranaga said, he knew JD as a youth because his grandfather owned property in the area for some years now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So that's his story. He's on all different stories here. He's out of gas. He's doing that. Now, Baranaga, the first guy or the second guy here, said he pressed Charbonneau for information on what agency employed him. Who's paying you money to just ride around counting things? There's got to be a more scientific way to do it than to send a guy out on a horse to count. There has to be.
We got tags on sharks in the ocean. Couldn't we do that on the land? That seems much easier.
This is the 1980s, not the 1880s. Maybe in the 1880s you'd send a guy out there on a horse, but I think there's better ways to do it. We have planes we could send over to take pictures and figure it out.
This seems crazy.
So,
which Department of the Interior is doing this?
Who's doing this? And he got no response, really. So Baranaga said, I wasn't satisfied with the answers he gave me. We like to know who's out there and what they're doing. We like to be super nosy, be in everybody's business because, freedom and all. This is what I mean. This is hilarious, these people.
Yeah.
So the day after Charbonneau left the camp, workers found a burned vehicle in the southern part of the county that was identified as the Fiat that was high-centered, and that was in a place where his grandfather used to own land. By the way, both witnesses here remember Charbonneau carrying a backpack that's the same one that Marilyn used as a purse.
Oh.
So he's carrying a lady's purse backpack as well.
Yeah. So she jumped out of a car, and then he took off with it, and then got it high-centered and lit it on fire.
That's what he did in another area in another county, and then hitchhiked through into Nevada with these people and said that rattlesnakes done scared off his horse.
Yeah. And get me back to my rodeo cowboying days.
That's it. So it's a lot. So like I said, they find the car, they find the VIN number, they identify it as Marilyn's car. So by June 28th, he's still a wanted fugitive for kidnapping and rape.
Yeah.
And he walks into a hardware store in Gooding, Idaho, and purchases a Remington 22 caliber rifle and 2 boxes of ammunition, which you can absolutely do while you're literally wanted for kidnapping and rape.
Fascinating.
That is wild. He will tell people it's a graduation gift for Tyra, who's 14. So I don't know what she's, maybe 8th grade, junior high she's graduating.
Well, I had the money now.
I figured.
So
I'll put it away.
Yeah, just in case.
It ain't going to go bad. It's all right.
In case I'm out of money in 4 years.
It makes no sense. And also, I'm buying a gift for the daughter of the woman who I'm wanted for kidnapping and raping.
And she hates me.
Yeah. And I buy her guns also. And she has protection orders against me.
If in case a man treats you like I treat your mama, you're going to need this one day. Yeah.
You know exactly what I mean, too. All right.
You've seen it. Yeah.
You've seen it. So June 30th, 1984. So he's still out there. Now, this night, Marilyn goes out. She's going out to hang out and party this night. And there's a waitress named Chris Smart who is also at the Butte Cafe here.
Sure.
And she said that she had been invited by Marilyn to go to Gooding, the town of Gooding, on June 30th, when Marilyn and her younger daughter Tira ate dinner at the cafe during Chris Smart's shift. So her and her daughter came in, Tyra and Marilyn came in, and they said, hey, Marilyn said, you should come with me to Gooding tonight.
Yeah.
Later on, Marilyn came back into the cafe and said she decided to go to Twin Falls instead because JD supposedly had been spotted in Gooding.
Right.
And she was afraid of him, she said, and she didn't want to go there.
I don't want to see him. Yeah.
No. So Chris Smart said that Marilyn told her if she went by herself, he'd get his hands on her again.
Oh.
So she didn't want to go by herself. Hey, everybody. Just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a much better way to feed your dog with Olli.
Olli, OLLIE.com.
Absolutely. We love our dogs.
Yeah.
We love them. Let's be honest. You just got a puppy.
Important.
Do anything for that puppy. You know what I mean? I have older dogs and bigger dogs, and we got them like this nice like dog bed so their hips feel good and all that. You'll do anything for your dog. You want them to be comfortable. You want them to be happy. If you're dog obsessed like we are, you got to get Olli, period. That's it. They're relentless about delivering the best food and experience for you and your dog, and they give you a way to check in on their health over and over again. It's fantastic. First of all, their recipes are amazing. Olli's recipes are developed by real chefs and are vet nutritionist backed, and they really want to make the best meals with the highest quality ingredients. They look good.
It looks delicious.
For me.
The blueberries in it, they got carrots and peas.
Yeah,
Dre loves it.
They love it. Yeah, how do you not love it? I want to eat it, so why not? I feel bad, though, because it's there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to take it away. From the moment you start your subscription, everything is tailored right to your pup. They're perfectly portioned, these meals. You even get a little pup tainer with the scoop for easy storing and serving. And with Olli, you don't just get food. Through their app, you can actually check in on your dog's health with vets, real vets.
Oh, wow.
Just by uploading a picture, and their team can check on your dog's weight, digestion, teeth, and coat, because they're obsessed with making sure that your pup is as healthy as he can be or she can be. And we both feed our dogs Olli. And I have a couple of picky eaters and things like that. They love the Olli, though, I'll tell you. Your puppy is growing Olli strong right now as we speak.
Yeah. Vaughn will eat
awesome.
anything, but he smells terribly if I feed him the wrong thing.
Gotta
and
give
Dre
him Olli.
just, my word, does he gobble this stuff up.
He loves it. So get ready for both you and your pup to be obsessed. Head to olli.com/STM. Tell them about your dog and use the code STM to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer an obsession guarantee. If you're not completely obsessed, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/STM and enter code STM to get 60% off your first box.
Now back to the show.
Just going to take a quick break from the show and say thanks to Homeserve for sponsoring this episode.
Homeserve.com.
Absolutely. It's great to own a home. Owning a home is fantastic. You know, one minute you're hanging out, you're looking out your window, sitting on your couch, thinking everything's great.
Looking at your stuff.
Looking at your stuff. Next second, pipe bursts, you're ankle deep in water. Then what are you going to do? Yeah, repairs don't care about if it's convenient time for you or not, and they don't care about your budget. That's the problem. You know, you got health insurance, you get car insurance, you get all these different things, your phone, everything's covered. You protect all these things. But what about your home? It's your biggest investment, and when things go wrong, the costs are hard and fast. It's rough. So that's where Homeserve will save you. I'm telling you right now, regular homeowners insurance, they usually don't cover a lot of the day-to-day wear and tear, plumbing failures, HVAC breakdowns, electrical issues. You know, you're often on your own for those. You know, if a hurricane hits your house, it's one thing, but these repairs are horrible. That's where Homeserve comes in. It's like a subscription for your home. For as little as $4.99 a month, they've got your back. Repairs hit fast and hard. You could be searching for a contractor in a panic, or you could already be on the phone with Homeserve's 24/7 hotline scheduling a repair, and they take care of all that crazy stuff for you. It's super simple. You choose a plan that's based on your needs and budget. When something on your plan goes wrong, just call their 24/7 hotline and get that repair process started. They've helped homeowners like you and like us for over 20 years with a trusted national network of over 2,600 local contractors with 4.5 million customers and a 4.8 out of 5 post-repair rating. It's an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. They're the real deal, and they are. They're fantastic. I love Homeserve. It is. I feel so much more secure knowing that I'm not going to have to scramble and panic and try to figure something out when something goes wrong.
Be out there knee-deep in muck for no reason.
Oh, yeah, because I've lived in like Arizona when the air conditioning went out, and it was like, it's a panic. You're in a panic. Oh, my God, we're all going to die. It's a crazy panic. So help protect your home systems and your wallet with Homeserve against covered repairs. Plans start at just $4.99 a month. Go to Homeserve.com to find the plan that's right for you. That's Homeserve.com. Not available everywhere. Most plans range between $4.99 and $11.99 a month. Your first year. Terms apply on covered repairs.
Now back to the show.
This show, Small Town Murder, is sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.com.
Absolutely. March includes International Women's Day, everybody. A moment to celebrate women's strength and progress while also recognizing how much they carry every day. And you know that. If if you've ever, been around a woman or seen your mother or anybody like that, there's a lot to do and a lot to carry, and it's true. And a lot of these things, between caring for others and managing responsibilities and unseen things, their emotional well-being could easily be overlooked. And we want to remind women how much they matter and that therapy offers a space for them to take care of themselves in the way they deserve. You should do that. Get in there. Therapy is great. I'm telling you. You can see things just in a whole new perspective, in a whole new light, and get just tools that are amazing to help you deal with life. It's incredible. I don't know anybody where I would say they don't need any therapy. Everybody could use something. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. It really is.
You got to unpack the history to know how you can do going forward.
Absolutely. And BetterHelp this is the place to do it, everybody. This is the place to start. They have quality therapists. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. They have a match commitment as well. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you. You can focus on your therapy goals rather than trying to figure out what therapist is best for you. They do a short questionnaire that helps identify your needs and preferences. Then they use their 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate. They typically get it right the first time, but if you're not happy with your match, you can switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. It's really phenomenal.
No extra cost.
No extra cost. They just want you to get help. So it's unbelievable here. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online platform for therapy, having served over 6 million people globally, and it works. They have an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. You really should do this. We recommend it. Women, men, everybody out there.
Great place to start.
It can really help you here. Your emotional well-being matters. Find support and feel lighter in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/smalltownmurder. That's betterhelp.com/smalltownmurder.
Now back to the show.
Okay, so she goes out that night and hangs out and parties in another town, Twin Falls.
In Twin Falls,
July 1st, 1984, the next morning, 30 days in June, 10:30 a.m., Marilyn returns to the ranch after being out all night. This is her first time home here. Now, this is the rented ranch at El Rancho 93 on Highway 75, northeast of Jerome. So, rural area. The girls are home when she gets there. Tiffany is reading. So hard to say Tiffany.
I'm never going to not. I hate that.
And Tyra's getting ready to take a bath. Okay. So it's a leisurely morning here.
Yeah. Pretty decent day.
11 a.m.-ish, Marilyn goes outside to check on some horses that she saw that went into the wrong corral. So she's going to go grab those horses and bring them on back. Okay. Now, sometime after 11 a.m., because she went out about 11, sometime the times are kind of shaky here, Tiffany hears gunshots.
Oh.
Tiffany's inside, but she hears gunshots. Now, Tiffany, she doesn't call 911 or anything. She runs into her mother's room and grabs her mother's .22 caliber Ruger pistol.
Yeah.
From behind the radio of Marilyn's kind of side table there. And she runs outside toward where she thinks the gunshots came from with it.
Dang.
So Tiffany's down.
She is not fucking around.
She is not fucking around. She's about to get
gunshots.
Jumped into the clips.
I know where the gun is.
She's
I'm running towards the gunshots.
Yeah. Tiffany's rugged. I like her.
Yeah.
So what she finds here is crazy. She runs out to the barn and finds her mother, Marilyn, sitting on the ground in the alleyway between the corrals and the potato barn. We got both. And she's sitting there and there's blood on her.
All right.
She looks up and sees J.D. Charbonneau standing close by, pointing the .22 Remington that he just bought for Tyra's graduation, pointing it at Marilyn.
Oh,
Tiffany tells J.D., get out of here. I'm going to call the police. She's holding her gun on him and says, get out of here. I'm going to call the police. J.D. says, I'm going to take your mom to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then Marilyn and J.D. both tell Tiffany to leave. Go inside. Get out of here. Which makes sense for Marilyn because she's protecting her daughter.
Right.
If there's a guy with a gun and he's dangerous, you just want her out of that situation. Don't worry about saving me. You go.
Yeah.
That's what you
and
do
he
with
means
your mom.
business because I'm wounded. There's blood.
already.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's Marilyn being a good mom, trying to protect her kid, because she could have said, shoot him, get in a shootout with him right now. Instead, she said, you fuck off, go away, let me deal with this.
Throw down, girl.
Throw down, girl. So Tiffany goes inside. She leaves, but first grabs her mother's car keys, because I guess she got a new car. She got a new Fiat, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's so JD can't drive away in her mom's car, in her mind. Now, 11:38 is when she runs to the shop across from the cellar and calls the Jerome County Sheriff's Office. Tiffany does. And in her words, Jamie shot my mom, she says.
Yeah.
She said they both looked at me, referring to Charbonneau and the mother, and Charbonneau ordered her to leave in a loud, angry voice, and her mother told her to go away also. So she said she just ran over, called 911, and told them that Jamie just shot my mom.
Okay.
So the sheriff here, Sheriff Hall, he gets called at 11:47 a.m. After all this, and so they're all aware of it as well, this particular sheriff. So Tiffany then goes back in the house and gets Tyra out of the bathtub, says, let's go, prune girl, move out of here. Both girls get dressed. Tyra throws on Tiffany's boyfriend Bart's oversized pants and big boots that are too big for her. Now, they're like dressed and they're kind of scared. They don't know what to do. Now, between 11:38 and 11:42, this is when the sheep wagon comes into play here. The girls run outside and take cover behind a sheep wagon. Some kind of wagon that I assume you take sheep in.
It's a sheep transport mechanism of one way or another. Yeah.
So this is near the corral. They're calling for their mother and not hearing anything. They're just hearing silence. Tiffany is shaking. She still has the .22 pistol.
Great.
She's got her hands behind her back with the pistol. She's shaking and accidentally squeezes one off, she says, which in this situation is much different than that normally means, that phrase. So she squeezes a shot off by accident. It nearly hits the family dog.
What?
Behind her by accident. Gravel sprays against the side of the barn.
Yeah.
Tyra screams. The dog fucking starts barking and
The dog
freaking
runs
out.
away.
Runs away. So she said at that point she heard about 5 more gunshots.
Oh, shit.
And she said, I was too scared to be counting them, Tyra said later on. So the girls then run back inside the house and Tiffany hides the pistol. Tyra changes into her own clothes, and when she's pulling her pants on, she hears more gunshots.
Oh, my God.
Outside. Okay. So the girls, after a minute, they get dressed and they go run back outside to the alleyway into the horse barn or they call it the potato barn too. Tiffany gets there first, and she finds Marilyn lying on her back with her arms over her head. She's got blood on her. Tiffany lifts up her shirt and sees blood everywhere. Holes and everything else. So on her chest, running from her mouth and nose. Tyra brushes her hand across her mother's cheek, too. She said it was bloody.
Yeah.
Tiffany says, 1 minute she was looking at me, the next she wasn't. I knew she was dead, so I closed her eyes.
Damn it.
This is a horrible scene for these girls. JD is nowhere to be found. Gone.
He took off?
Took off, but not in a car because they took the keys.
Right.
So he took off. So by the time the officers reach the ranch here, Marilyn's in the barn, and they find Marilyn already deceased of her wounds. They find her, same thing, on her back, arms above her head, blood pooled beneath her. The scene was consistent, they said, with a prolonged attack, not a single exchange of gunfire.
Okay.
A sustained barrage over time, as we'll find out how many wounds she has. It's crazy.
She was shot for a while?
Yes. And they, think about it, they heard gunshots one time, went outside, there was more gunshots, they ran inside, then heard more gunshots, then ran outside. Somewhere in there, they squeezed off a round too. So, about 20 minutes after this all happens, while the police and the crime scene and the coroner and everybody's trying to figure everything out, JD is found.
Oh, where'd he go?
He's arrested. They found him on foot in a field behind the barn. Not very far.
Just out back?
Just a little bit. I mean, it's a distance, but it's not miles. They also discovered a .22 caliber rifle about 100 yards away. He just left in the field. No one will find that there. That's fine. So that's what they're doing here. They had sought additional law enforcement, like agencies were coming from all around the state to try to find this guy, and he's
Don't
like
worry,
in a yard.
we got it. Yeah.
He's just right there. Yeah. Now they arrest him without resistance, no anything. He says no problem. He's in a wheat field near the barn. The Remington 22 rifle's on the ground nearby 200 yards away, not 100. So the autopsy of Marilyn. This is brutal. She was struck by at least 15 bullets.
Dang.
That's a lot from a 22 caliber. 15 to 16. There's some discrepancy here.
Okay.
The wounds were distributed across her body in a pattern that indicated she was in multiple positions during the shooting. That's how they know it was prolonged.
Yeah.
Sitting, lying, moving, trying to escape, all different places. 3 entrance wounds in the upper right chest clustered within a 4-inch circle. They said any one of those could have been the fatal shot. One severed the main artery from the heart, the autonomous artery near the aorta, causing massive hemorrhaging, and also collapse of the lung filling with blood too. So that was the cause of her death: gunshot wounds to the chest, hemorrhage, shock, all that. Yeah. Additional wounds: 3 bullet wounds to the left thigh, 1 fractured her femur, as a matter of fact. 3 rear entry wounds to the left shoulder and back, in the back of the neck, and the back of the right calf. That's her when she tried to leave.
Yeah.
And wounds to the hands, wounds to the arm, defensive wounds as well. This was a brutal attack over multiple different times and positions. Whoever did this, well, we know who did it, it seems like, but whoever did this definitely had a chance to stop and chose not to.
Yeah, and was certainly proving a point.
Yep. Now, the wounds they make later on, these life-size models and x-rays are used by the pathologist to show where the bullets entered the body. Here, 1 shot, like we said, shattered her thigh bone. Any of the 4 shots fired into the chest could have torn the 2 arteries that would have caused death in 5 minutes or less. 1 wound was made by holding the muzzle of the gun tightly under her left breast and shooting. So right up against it. Okay. Now, the Remington rifle was discovered in the wheat field, obviously. When it was found, it had 3 live rounds still in the magazine.
Still in it, yeah.
Okay. Now, Marilyn's .22 pistol was found in the house where Tiffany had hidden it after the accidental discharge. A .22 shell casing was found in the sheep wagon. So discharged into that, where Tiffany had hidden it. She hid it in there after the accidental discharge. That was the gun. Okay. And then the shell casing was near the sheep wagon that they hid behind. The casing will become a very, 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 very big part of this case. That one casing, which makes no sense. Now, all the recovered bullets matched the Remington .22 rifle that he purchased days earlier and dropped in a field on the run.
Interesting.
No bullets from the Ruger pistol that Tiffany had were recovered from Marilyn's body. None. Yeah. So that's important to remember. Wound trajectory and positions prove that Marilyn was shot first while sitting on a bale or a chair, then while lying on her back. Okay. Now, the issue is, though, she has 16 entry wounds and 15 if you want to say we'll give him that. Okay. It's 16, but 15 will even give him that. Okay. But only 14 bullets were missing from the ammunition that Charbonneau purchased. They found 3 live rounds and the rest in the box, and there is only 14 bullets missing. So that gun only shot her 14 times, but she's got 16 entry wounds.
What?
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is mind-boggling, this whole thing. Fucking mind-boggling, okay?
Well,
yeah, try to explain that one.
So, that rifle holds 20 rounds, or 10 rounds, I mean. So that's 20, right? And he's got 3 left in there. She's been shot.
There's 14 bullets were shot from the ammo he bought. That's it. Okay. That's what we know. So he discharged 14 rounds based on the ammo he had, unless he picked up 2 bullets somewhere randomly, which I highly doubt. Why
two
would he do
extras
that?
hanging around.
Why? He bought 2 boxes with the gun. Why? And he was using that ammo. Why would he throw a couple more? It wouldn't make sense. So it doesn't make any sense. There's 14 bullets missing, but 16 entry wounds. So that's a problem. Now, the medical examiner offered several possible explanations. One, missed exit wounds. Maybe that was an exit wound and we thought it was an entrance wound, which happens all the time.
Yeah.
The bullets sharing an exit hole, which would be perfect. That would be incredible. Ricochets, which is a lot.
Inside the body,
No, I think he means you shoot, it comes out and then comes back and hits her again, which I don't see that happening.
That seems crazy.
Fragmentation, a bullet through the hand entering the body somewhere else. Now that's, if you go like this and it goes through your hand into your chest, that's 2 entry wounds right there.
Sure. Also, fragmentation of like a bullet going in and breaking apart, and then maybe a piece of it coming back out.
Absolutely, or hitting something on the way in, fragmenting it, and then that part. Any of those, or the possibility that Marilyn coughed up a bullet lodged in her throat before she died as well. Okay. Now the sheriff says we have the guy in custody. This is Jerome County Sheriff Elza Hall, and he said that the shooting occurred on the ranch and. It's all very sad, and he said, he didn't know if the woman was forced from the house and taken to the barn or if she was outside and on her own account. They don't know. He said that the number of shots aimed had not been determined, even though it was. This is what they're telling the press. They said there was a lot of gunshot wounds. The main ones that killed her were to the chest. That's the sheriff's official statement, the main ones. Now, this sheriff also acknowledged that, yes, we have had warrants issued for this guy in both Jerome and Gooding counties for over a week in a related incident with this victim. He said the bond was set at $50,000 on the Jerome County kidnapping charge and the same amount on the rape charge as well. Now, he's arrested, so they get JD into the interrogation room. And you know what these cowboys are? They're independent sorts.
How do you mean?
Well, the independent sorts, they don't need no suit and tie bloodsucker coming on in here and using up all my money and all that kind of thing. I can explain my own way out of this.
Is that right? I don't need no lawyer.
I don't need me in one of them lawyers. So this is wild. This is his story. He said, I knew there was a warrant and stuff, but you know what? I just had to get back to my baby. That's all it was.
Marilyn is his baby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sometime in late June, he returned to Jerome. And he said he didn't go to the police to turn himself in. No, he went to her potato cellar or the tack room, one or the other. I guess he went back and forth. He says that Marilyn knew he was there.
Yeah.
Not only was he there, he said, I wasn't hiding. She knew I was there, which we know isn't true because the night before, she didn't even want to go to a county that she heard he was going to be in.
Yeah.
So I don't think she would be happy with him living on her property for days.
Probably not, yeah.
But he said she knew he was hiding there. He claimed that, quote, he and Marilyn had reconciled and were going to live together again, but that she wanted him to stay in the barn until she broke the news to her daughters.
Oh.
And he was coming back.
What a big surprise.
Oh, yeah. This is wild. So he said he had the Remington rifle and 2 boxes of ammo, and he said that, Marilyn knew he was there, didn't want the daughters to find out. He says that that day, they made love, and they made love for the last few days. Just, it's been beautiful. Me and my baby out in a potato barn just rolling around. Isn't that romantic?
I never want to be arrested in a time where you have to describe any kind of lovemaking ever.
No, especially... This cowboy, we made love, so what of it? It's really funny. So he said they looked at the rifle that he bought for Tyra. He says they were getting along well. He also says he slept on the floor and went without food from Thursday until Saturday evening.
That's dangerous.
That's a long time. He says he slept on the floor and went without food. He said on July 1st, he'd been hiding in the potato cellar across from the driveway, or across the driveway from the house.
Yeah.
And he had the rifle, had the ammunition, and according to his testimony later, then what he says to these people, he came to the barn Marilyn came to the barn that morning. They talked, and she picked up the .22 caliber rifle and took it to the house to remove a scope sight that had come with it. I'll go ahead and take this scope off.
Yeah,
Tyra don't need no
I
scope.
don't need the optics. Yeah.
No. He said that Marilyn told him that she was going to tell the girls that day that he was there and would let Tyra take the gun to the gun range and let her sight it in.
Oh.
Okay.
Minus the optics? Okay.
Yeah, just with the straight sights.
Yeah.
So JD said that when Marilyn came back to the barn, she had a handful of bullets and loaded the rifle.
All right.
He said that after going out to the corrals to move some horses, he and Marilyn returned to the barn. He said he asked Marilyn where she had been all night.
Yeah.
Where have you been last night? Yeah. Jesus, this is like an old song here. He's sleeping instead of in the pines. He's in the fucking potato barn. So he said that she told, where have you been all night? She told him that, and that she told him that he thought she was sleeping with every guy in the valley. That's what you think I'm sleeping with everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said that Marilyn picked up the rifle, pointed it at him.
Nice.
And told him that he was dead and that no other woman was going to have him.
Oh.
Yeah.
So now she's jealous.
She flipped it. Yeah, she flipped it. And yeah. He said he heard a click, like an empty chamber there.
Yeah.
And at that point, he grabbed the barrel of the rifle and wrestled it away from her.
Pulled it away.
That's right. He said at that point that Marilyn screamed for Tiffany to bring Marilyn's shotgun to her, and that when he got the rifle away from Marilyn, she turned and ran. He said that he saw Tiffany coming from the house and that he had the rifle at his hip, and he thought Marilyn might be going to run around and get another gun. So he said he closed his eyes and the gun went off several times.
Several times. Goddamn.
I closed my eyes and it went off. I didn't even squeeze the trigger.
It just
knew
started
to shoot.
spraying.
And you know what? My gun's a good shot, I guess. He said he opened his eyes and Marilyn was on her knees and bleeding.
Yeah.
Okay. He said
times.
Several times. He said Marilyn told Tiffany to leave and that he told Tiffany to call an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He's very concerned. He said that as he knelt beside Marilyn, Tiffany came running toward them with a pistol. As he's just cradling her. Yeah. Oh, no. He said at that point, crazy Tiffany came out with a pistol saying, quote, "I hate both of you guys."
Right.
Hate both of you. He said that Tiffany fired the pistol 2 or 3 times and that he ran out of the barn.
Huh.
He said that when he realized that Tiffany was not coming after him, he eased back to the barn and heard Tiffany talking to his mother. She just shot at you, or her mother. So his story is she shot at him a few times, but that didn't chase him, so he figured it was okay to go back and be in her presence again.
Yeah, so is his story that she hates her?
Yeah.
She shot her mom?
You got it. Well, he shot her a couple times when he closed his eyes and God
it felt
help
so
him,
bad.
It went off.
Yeah.
But then Tiffany came out and decided to finish the job. She's had enough here.
I hate y'all so much. I'm going to finish your accidental shooting.
Well, it gets better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiffany, he realized Tiffany was not coming after him. So he eased back into the barn and heard Tiffany talking to her mother.
Yeah.
Then he says that he saw Tiffany standing above Marilyn and heard the pistol go off and saw Marilyn's hair fly up. Poof.
Yeah.
Like one of those. So she stood over her mother and coldly executed her. A 16-year-old.
Right.
Put her out of her misery there. According to him, that was it.
But her head, she has no gunshots to the head?
No gunshots to the head, but I guess the
you get hit in the chest with a 22, James? That's crazy.
Well, it's like an air rifle, too. There's a lot of air behind it. Poof, and your hair pops
The air
up.
comes out of your hair follicles.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, he said that they were just, him and Marilyn were fighting. She told him not to start the jealousy thing, and he told her that her parents thought she was crazy and that her daughters thought she was sleeping around and that he thought she was sleeping around, and that's when she got all mad and said, "You're dead," and all this shit. He said, quote, "I had no choice. She was going to shoot me."
Who was going to shoot him? Marilyn?
Everybody was going to shoot him, apparently. Marilyn, Tiffany took a couple shots at him.
Had no choice to what? I thought you had accident.
Makes no sense. Now, Marilyn's parents are fucking pissed at the cops that they did not pick him up in the time that he was wanted.
And that they're accepting this crazy story as anything.
Well, they're not accepting it. That's just his story.
All right.
That's the story he gave. But they said, a friend quoted Marilyn as saying, next time he'll kill me and nobody will believe me. Mm-hmm. The same friend said, who also asked not to be named in the newspaper because of fears that JD may escape jail and get loose and come after them, said that Marilyn said, they don't believe me because he's such a nice guy to everyone else, which is pretty common. Yeah. A lot of times these wife abusers aren't going around, pissed at everywhere because they're pussies for the most part. And
right.
Too scared.
That's why they hit women. Right.
Adults. Yeah. With adult men.
Yeah.
So, they question why more wasn't done, the parents here, to find Charbonneau between the kidnapping and rape and this murder. Right. The father, Jim, said, I think a lot more could have been done. I think they could have found him in 10 days. Right. And they said, it just seems like we all, the family and police, just sat here and let her get killed. Yeah. Her mother said that Marilyn was unable to convince the authorities that her troubles with JD were real. Mm-hmm. They say she was hospitalized twice in Elmore County, where once she went to the police, but nothing was ever done to restrain him from further attacks. They said also they got a cold shoulder from Dan Adamson, her ex-brother-in-law.
Oh, I remember him, yeah.
They say Adamson failed to act when they went to him about an attack by Charbonneau on Marilyn before they were married. And that was the mutual combativeness, is what they called it, combativeness, because she used a cast iron skillet. However, the family said the skillet was not actually even used by Marilyn, so that was bullshit. The skillet was actually used by her younger sister on JD. See, it's much different.
It's a family affair, yeah.
Exactly. Well, they said JD attacked Marilyn.
Yeah.
And
so
then
the defended her. Yeah.
No, he tried to then turn to fuck with the sister too, and the sister said, "Hell no, motherfucker!" And whacked him with a cast iron.
I am not the one.
Not me, motherfucker. Pow! I didn't marry you. Clink.
Yeah.
And that was the attack. That's how it went. So,
wow.
Yeah. Another friend, a Jerome native who lived in California for 20 years, said that because Marilyn was his wife, JD regarded her as a possession. Both friends say that JD did not accept the divorce and continued to refer to Marilyn as his wife after it was all final. The one said, they're living in the dark ages around here. I'm surprised women are even allowed to vote. This is like the Nikki Sixx of the area. He left. And they're like, Jesus, this place still exists? What the hell's going on? They also, one friend called the Jerome police and sheriff's officers lazy and said if it had been one of their family who was raped, that boy would have been caught.
Yeah.
I would say so. They also expressed concern that Marilyn's killer, JD, will get a reduced charge and a light sentence through a plea bargain or even a jury that he could charm. Mm-hmm. So you never know. They say that by their daughter dying, maybe at least other women, perhaps their other daughters or Marilyn's daughters won't do the same thing. Maybe this will at least help our family in that regard. Marilyn's mom said, if we can get something changed in the system that would save other women, she said that, it would be worth going through the pain of recalling the death of her daughter. She said so Marilyn wouldn't have died in vain at least.
Right. All right.
Now, Adamson, the prosecutor and ex-brother-in-law, says he or the sheriff's office does not harbor any prejudice against women in husband and wife conflicts like this family says. They think we're anti-women who's getting beat up. He says he feels for the problems that women have in Jerome and in other Magic Valley counties with being brutalized by their husbands or boyfriends in the recent past. I feel for him. I feel for him. He said, I feel for him. And they said, did them not going after, or is there a conflict of interest with you doing anything with her since she's your ex-sister-in-law? And he said, quote, heavens no. Just because she divorced my brother doesn't mean anything. Heavens no.
I feel for gals like that.
Yeah. He said he's not prosecuting Marilyn, but JD. He said, I'm prosecuting JD. I'm not prosecuting her. Why would I have a grudge against her? He says he doesn't have any feelings of fondness or animosity toward Marilyn that would prejudice his actions in the Charbonneau case. Mm-hmm. If you have spent Christmases with the victim of this murder, recuse yourself. You shouldn't. There's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Period. You know what part of the turkey she
family,
eats. You can't do it.
Right.
No. Ridiculous. So August 1984, there are some articles and some editorials and some letters to the editor that are in favor of JD.
Wow.
Now, we find out where some of these may have come from later, by the way. Here's one from August 14th, 84. Report it. Don't create it. That's the headline on it.
All right.
It used to be, I only wrote to you regarding how unfair the Times News has been in the persecution of Congressman George Hansen, as you refuse to accept the American principle that you are innocent until proven guilty. This includes all appeal rights. So even after you're convicted, you're not allowed in the paper to call them guilty because their appeals haven't been exhausted.
Wow.
So maybe 25 years from now, you could say they were convicted of a crime, but you shouldn't report it till then.
Take some time.
Okay. Yeah.
It used to be like this.
She said, or this goes on to say, Cassius Clay is a classic case in point. When the U.S. Supreme Court found him innocent, it was impossible to undo the damages he sustained. That was less to do with the courts and more to do with the fucking media and social.
Tell me how many people Cassius Clay
George
was.
Wallace voters.
Yeah, tell me how many people he was accused of murdering.
Oh, lots and lots and lots. Oh, yeah, he has a pile of bodies they found in his boxing ring. So they said in recent weeks, the Times News has run several articles on the unfortunate death of Marilyn Arbaugh and Jerome. The way the articles are written, you leave no doubt in anyone's mind that one J.D. Charbonneau kidnapped, raped, and then burned her car, then 10 days later shot her 15 times.
Defamation.
Libelous. Even though it's literally just like the affidavit facts that they're reporting. Slander. If your paper is so sure of all the facts in the case, why do we need courts, judges, juries, prosecutors, and defense lawyers? Seems to me you should set aside one room at the Times News with a hanging block and complete the job.
Fascinating.
All you have accomplished to date with your inflammatory articles is to make it totally impossible to find a local unbiased jury when that case comes to trial. Your paper would be better served by reporting news rather than trying to create it. This is especially true of a tragic incident such as occurred in Jerome. Reporting hearsay from known and unknown parties about a murder case is hardly responsible journalism. I believe I'm becoming a victim of Pavlov's dog syndrome. If I read it in the Times News, it must be wrong. Feeling this way, I can't help but believing there's way more to the death of Marilyn Arbaugh than we are hearing. We shall see what we shall see.
Fascinating.
And it's signed C. Elton James of Twin Falls.
They published that.
They published it, I guess, because there's a lot of people saying, hang him from the nearest tree. Now, JD has a lawyer, and a lot of people think his lawyer is the one writing these letters to the editor.
Okay.
But we're not sure. That's, allegedly. Golden Bennett is his name, the lawyer.
Yeah.
He's a character. He's one
First
of these
name
Western Golden. He goes by Goldie.
Yeah.
Goldie Bennett. He's one of these Western characters here. He's a Jerome lawyer with a vacation planned for Reno that the judge wouldn't pause anything to let him go on vacation to Reno. Okay. He's a loud guy. He's very combative. He writes letters to the editors of newspapers. He's known for that. He files tons and tons of motions. He's one of those guys. He filed a motion to exhume Marilyn's body, arguing that the pathologist had left bullets in her and failed to conduct a complete autopsy.
Oh.
The sheriff said exhumation was unnecessary. He was personally at the autopsy, and the remaining bullets were too fragmented to be useful. That's why they weren't taken out. The judge denied the motion. He asked for a change of venue, or at least a jury from another venue, from northern Idaho, as far as up as you can go. Canada, if you can get them.
Hobbs Notch or whatever that was.
Yep, she said everyone in Jerome knows Marilyn's family. So Goldie also declared that Adamson should recuse himself because of the family connection. Adamson told him no, which Adamson should recuse himself, I think. Goldie filed a motion to dismiss. He claimed that a verbal agreement with the prosecutor was ignored. The judge told him to fuck off. Okay, now his big thing he's going to focus on is Tiffany fired a shot. Fired a shot. Okay. She accidentally fired the shot. They said, what became of the bullet and of that shell casing? That's the thing here. Deputy Ernest Coates testified later that a former Jerome County prosecutor, well, at the time was the prosecutor, Dan Adamson, instructed him to get rid of the casing.
Oh.
But Adamson said he didn't tell the deputy to get rid of it. He just told him it wasn't important evidence because it had.
I don't need that one. Yeah.
None of the bullets ballistically match up to that gun, so who cares, basically. Now, later on, Adamson will say that he told the deputy to dispose of the shell casing because he didn't think it was important. It wasn't found near the body. It wasn't found anywhere near the actual shooting. So it would be, if someone shot from over there, they didn't hit Marilyn, basically.
Yeah. And it's a semi-auto, obviously, what she carries if it ejected a fucking shell.
Exactly.
So it would have ejected it over there if it was fired over there.
Totally. That's what he's saying. So Goldie says he needs more time for a first-degree murder case and kidnapping and fucking rape charges. He said, tell you what, let's put kidnapping, grand theft, rape, first-degree murder all in one trial. What do you say?
Yeah.
Let's ball him up here.
It's all in one act.
And he says he needs more time to prepare and thinks that, if you're going to do them separately, the kidnapping / rape / grand theft should be first because it, quote, it happened first.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that I'm a little upset that they would set it all without consulting me about my availability because they set trial dates. And he said, I'm going on vacation.
Reno's calling, goddammit.
It's Reno. I'm going and gambling. Sheriff's Department. He said he will file motions to vacate the trial dates to consolidate the trials. Yeah. He says that he wants the two combined because a jury can't make an intelligent decision about the murder trial without knowing the facts of what took place. Yeah. Between June 21st, the date of the alleged kidnapping, and the date of the shooting. He also files discovery motions to obtain the state's evidence against him, against JD, and he said he was only in the draft stage and part of the reason why he's not prepared to take the case to trial.
Right.
The judge said that he's not sure about whether he'll consolidate the two trials or not. He said, I don't know. I'd have to listen to a lot of argument. Now, he's not going to really have to because December 11th, 1984, the big one, the rape charges dropped.
Okay.
The prosecutor, Doug Rose, said that he filed the motion advising the court that he asks for a dismissal because they lack sufficient evidence. They said the complainant is dead. She said, it's not because I feel the crime wasn't committed, but rather without Marilyn Arbaugh, the only witness, it would be difficult to prove, which is logical. I don't know how you would prove that. So there's a pretrial hearing. Now, Goldie, he does like Reno because he's a fucking gambler.
He's going, yeah.
He must think that JD's a charming fella. Let's just say he has to because he advises JD to, or I don't know if he advises him or JD says he wants to do it, but the lawyer lets him do it. He doesn't tackle him and fucking. JD doesn't have to like drag him while he's holding on to his leg. JD testifies in this pretrial, which is crazy.
In the pretrial, before even trial.
Yep, and this will all be, even if he remains silent during the trial, this can all be used against him as his testimony at trial.
Sure.
Which is insane. JD testifies, and he says that it was all Tiffany. He said, I watched Tiffany fire those fatal shots, and by the way, this really pissed off the Arbaugh family in attendance, if you might imagine.
Tiffany probably didn't do that.
Stood over a mother in cold blood and executed her? I doubt it. Wow. Goldie also allowed JD to be interviewed for more than 2 hours by a state investigator without Goldie being present. Didn't sit next to him, whisper in his ear what not to answer or any of that. Just said, you go in there. I'm going to go have a long lunch for 2 hours. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you about the safest sponsor we could possibly have, Simply Safe.
SimplySafe.com, SIMPLI safe.com.
Absolutely. You get all these notifications on your phone all the time, and you kind of just, you start ignoring them. It's just dinging and vibrating and doing all these things. But if the latest ping is from your security camera, you're not going to ignore that. You don't want to ignore that one. Someone's breaking in, you're at work doing something, or you're at the movies, or you're out to dinner, you're out of town. You'll see the footage in a couple hours, but great, it's too late then. Someone's already pillaged your entire house. That's why you need Simply Safe. They're not waiting for you. Simply Safe is customizable home security system. It's backed by 24/7 monitoring agents that you can rely on even when you're not around. That's the
Yeah.
thing about it. I love Simply Safe. It's the best home security possible. We both use it for everything that we have. Our house is our studio, anything possible. And this is the reason why. Traditional security systems only act after someone's already broken in. That's the problem. It's too late.
Right.
It's already happened. Simply Safe's Active Guard outdoor protection can help prevent break-ins before they happen. While other security systems and companies, they lock you into this long-term deal here, Simply Safe comes with no long-term contract. They earn your trust every day by keeping you safe and keeping you satisfied. They're so confident in the protection that they provide, they even back it with anti-theft guarantee. And we're not the only ones doing this either.
Nope.
Simply Safe protects over 4 million people. They have 20 years of experience in home security. They were just named the best home security of 2026 by U.S. News and World Report, and they've been named the best customer service in home security with industry-leading customer satisfaction scores to prove it. It's time, everybody.
It is.
It's time. Protect yourself. Protect everything you have. Right now, our listeners can get 50% off their new Simply Safe system at simplysafe.com/small. That's simplysafe.com/small. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Now back to the show.
Okay, then it comes out later on. This is from prosecutor Dan Adamson's affidavit. Okay. Sometime in 1984, after the preliminary hearing, but before the trial comes in 1985, Adamson says that Goldie approached Adamson privately and stated he knew Charbonneau was not guilty. He said, look, listen, man, I get it. Out in court, you got to be the prosecutor. I'm the defense attorney, and we got to go. But
we
me and you, man to man,
Yeah.
people that go to law school, pour me a scotch, and let's just. I know he's not guilty, man. You can't be doing this. I know it. And he said, well, how do you know that? And Goldie said, well, my niece in California conducted a seance with Marilyn.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. During the seance, Marilyn indicated that she forgave her daughter Tiffany for firing the, quote, final shots.
Oh.
Which is, it's amazing. That lines up perfectly with JD's story, this clairvoyant niece in California here.
We've talked to her, and she said she feels for Tiffany, not for me.
Not for me. That's right.
that lets
or
you
not for
know
my client. Anyway, this is
yeah.
Goldie's niece, not Charbonneau's niece. Yeah.
Right.
So, and she's like, well, I mean, she's in California too. They know all that stuff, seances and things. This isn't some farm psychic. This is
the best witchcraftery.
This is real witchcraft down there. Yeah, they got. She got hairy armpits. This one. I mean,
this is genuine.
About it. It's genuine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what she said. Now, Goldie allegedly used this to chart the course of his representation, according to a bunch of court documents filed later on, allegedly here, including theories about the daughter. An affidavit from Goldie's former legal secretary, which, by the way, imagine you're the prosecutor and the defense attorney wants to meet with you, and they're like, listen, I really think my client's innocent. And they're like, okay, I mean, I understand that, but what makes you say so? Well, my niece in California had a seance with the victim. What the fuck?
And she talked to her.
And she says she forgives her daughter.
Right.
So the affidavit from Goldie's former legal secretary, Diana McDonald, stated that she personally witnessed multiple conversations between Goldie and his investigator about various supernatural and clairvoyant phenomena tied to JD's guilt or innocence.
Yeah.
She said the investigator was allegedly in regular contact with the spirit of the victim. I just talked to her last night. Oh, God. And reported the results directly to Goldie. I talked to her again. Okay.
Yeah.
So, at this point, murder suspect here, JD, is appointed a public defender after he claims he lost confidence in his attorney, which makes sense. Fifth Circuit Judge Philip Becker approved a new attorney and said he wanted the first-degree murder case to go to trial as scheduled April 15, 1985 in Boise. For several weeks, Charbonneau had expressed dissatisfaction with his lawyer's services and questioned his abilities. On Sunday, Charbonneau, quote, clearly and unequivocally wanted him off the case. Now, Charbonneau's mother, in this article called Bessie, of Mountain Home was the one paying the bill, Goldie said. So he said, regardless of whether he wants me off or not, he ain't the one paying me. So I've been paid to show up. I'm showing up. Anyway, okay. So Goldie here said that he sent a letter to JD's mom from his former, or said a letter to JD's mom from his former investigator had a great deal to do with JD's request. The former investigator had been jailed for allegedly using Bennett's credit cards without permission. That's the guy who said, I'm in constant contact with the victim. Wow, he's a charlatan? No shit.
He's using credit cards. All right.
Yeah. So Goldie said, as it stood, I don't feel I can do an adequate job knowing how he feels about me, meaning JD. He doesn't want me here, so how am I supposed to do anything? The prosecutor said that he didn't give a shit who defends him. I don't care who the fuck does it.
Yeah.
He said, I'm prepared to try my case. Doesn't care. He said, I don't want this to become a pattern. He's seen a lot of cases where defendants delay a case by changing lawyers. See Sarah Boone. She was on lawyer number 8, I think, by the time the trial came. Yeah. That was the way she would delay things. So, wow. In the court, if the court allows the motion, Charbonneau will be, quote, stuck with a new attorney. The judge says, I'm not in the business of hiring attorneys. If I appoint a public defender, that's it. Okay. Now, JD's mother said she was satisfied with the job Goldie was doing and will continue to pay the bill, even though her son doesn't want him.
Okay.
She said, from what I can tell, Golden Bennett has done everything he can do. But JD disagreed, but she said she believed it would be best to follow his wishes, but she said, I can't afford to hire someone else. I just paid that guy. So JD testified in front of the judge that Goldie didn't question all the people who might have aided in his case. He said that he told him, you're a fine attorney, but you have not done all you could. You're a fine attorney, but you're a lazy bastard who doesn't do your job.
You could do a little better, yeah.
He says he doesn't want any public defender because he believes they would work harder for the county than to defend him. Now, in a place like this, in a small county, they don't have a big pool of public defenders. This isn't Brooklyn. You know what I mean? No, this is in these. No, in these counties, they generally have, and in all counties, they have a pool of private attorneys who put in for this work.
Got it.
And they'll get paid. They don't get paid nothing. They don't get paid $30,000 a year or whatever. They get paid a reduced rate, but a
per
rate,
trial,
an hourly rate, whatever the fuck. So
rather than whatever they charge.
So essentially, the judge is going to assign someone from that pool to be a defense attorney when that happens, as the public defender at that point, because it's just paid for publicly. Yeah. So the trial is moved to Boise in Ada County because everybody in Jerome had some kind of opinion over this.
Yeah.
The Northside News, a newspaper, sues the Jerome sheriff for denying them access to interview JD in jail. JD wanted to talk to the press about jail conditions. The sheriff said if he let in one reporter, he'd have to let them all in. Yeah. JD's mother wrote impassioned letters to the Times News about American justice, all sorts of shit here. But JD actually wrote the letters, and Goldie wrote the letters, is what everybody says, and wrote them under her name. April 1985 is the trial. Their first big issue is, will the pictures of Marilyn's autopsy be allowed?
Will they?
They're really trying to get them out, which usually there isn't even a real argument. They just go, nope, they're in. We're not going to give you 20 pictures of the skull open, but we'll give you one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, he said that they're too, inflammatory. The judge said that, the pictures aren't pleasant, they can't be banned. And he said that the request to suppress the statements seemed inconsistent with JD's demands to speak with the media about jail conditions. It's like, you want things suppressed, but you also want to talk to people. Like, you can't have it both ways. And he said that he repeatedly had advised JD of his right to remain silent before he testified at the pretrial hearing. The judge was like, you really want to do this? You know, you don't have to do this. You know your rights. And he was like, I know them. Ask me them questions.
I'm going to throw Tiffany under the bus.
And Tiffany going to get hers. Now, the jury, 6 men, 6 women. So that's even here. By the way, what he wears to court is insane. He shows up to fucking court in this is not this day, but on the last day when the verdict comes in and stuff, he goes to court in a bright red Western shirt with a big giant fucking collar on it.
Yeah.
red. You can't wear a bright red decorative Western shirt to be fucking.
Is it jeweled or is it just a bright fucking red?
It doesn't look
shirt?
jeweled, but it's bright fucking red Western big collar. It's a big gaudy stupid shirt that you wouldn't wear to get your fate decided.
Really, really screaming, I didn't do this.
Yes, and lawyers generally have a rule about colors that they wear, in their ties, and also what their clients are allowed to wear.
Yeah.
And one of the first things is the client never wears red because red is blood.
Yeah.
In a murder trial. And they won't wear any ties with red in them on days when blood evidence is being introduced.
Smart move,
any scientific evidence because people put the two together. So, I mean, they think about that shit. He said, hell no, this is my best shirt.
I look damn good in red.
This is my going out getting laid shirt. I might bang me 1-2 of them jurors after they find me not guilty.
How much tail I got because of this shirt.
As soon as that verdict comes in, I'm taking everyone out for drinks, boy. 6 women especially.
I call this shirt the ovulator.
That's right. Well, it's the implanter anyway. It's the insperminator is what I call it, really. But the ovulator's for the ladies, so they don't.
And there's
feel
6 ladies on this jury.
I got enough for everybody. Trust me. I've been in jail a while, so I got enough for everybody. All y'all. So they allow the pictures. The prosecution in the opening. This is the Deputy Attorney General Mark Hawes. He describes JD as a jealous man who refused to give up his ex-wife and stalked her for 3 days and then shot her repeatedly. Pretty cut and dry. Quote, if he couldn't have her, no man could, and he carried out that threat. Even after the divorce, they said that he continued to claim her as his wife, and he said he wouldn't let go. He said the evidence is clear that 5 of the 7 shells recovered from Marilyn's body were fired from the rifle by Charbonneau 4 days before the slaying, saying that experts will testify that one of the other 2 shells is believed to have killed Arbaugh 4 hours. I don't know why he said 4 days before the slaying. That makes no sense. It's clear that 5 of the 7 shells recovered from the body were filed. I think it's a misprint in the paper.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be minutes or something. They said that the experts will testify that one of the other 2, the shell believed to have killed her, was most likely fired by the same weapon. Now, the defense, Randy Stoker is this guy, the defender here. He called the state's case nothing but unsubstantiated theory based on proving the charges by innuendo. Just innuendo, not the fact that he even said he shot her a few times. Part of his defense is, I shot her a few times, but not
she
the ones
shot
that
her
killed
the one,
not the ones that killed her. I just started out shooting her.
Right.
Just all sorts of people want to shoot this lady for some reason.
Tiffany got her in the deadly ones.
Yeah, he said that the hard facts don't support the state's theory. He said what you've just heard from the state's standpoint is not proof. It's just theory. He's got a different theory. He said that the state will fail to prove that all the bullets that struck Marilyn were fired from his rifle.
Oh?
He also questioned the truthfulness of statements made by Tiffany and Tyra and relied on by the prosecution. They listened to those 2 girls. He said that the evidence shows at least 15 entry wounds in Arbaugh's body and the possibility of only 11 shells fired from Charbonneau's rifle. He said that the state must prove where the other shots originated. He said, we've had one tragedy in this case. Please don't let another tragedy happen by having this man convicted of something the state of Idaho can't prove.
Don't miscarriage of justice is another tragedy, you guys.
Such a tragedy.
Don't
Can't
fuck
have
it
that.
up.
He tells the jury that JD may testify before the trial ends, but he points out in statements that there are statements that the judge is going to allow in, so you'll hear from him anyway, where he claimed to have seen Tiffany do that. Right. And the defense attorney says some cases just can't be proved. I'm not sure if the truth in this case will ever come out.
That's an unbelievable claim.
Let's just all go home.
Sometimes it's just too muddy.
It's just too much. Can't untangle it. Some knots, you just throw that ball of Christmas lights away because it ain't worth it. It just ain't worth it.
unring a bell.
You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube at this point. It's all
I heard
over with.
about that. Yeah.
I done heard it. So
the chili's out the can.
it's out the can, and it's out your ass pretty soon because it's that Wendy's chili, as we know from your stupid opinions. That'll come out from every angle. Turn Jimmy into a soft serve dispenser. So the mats, they do maps, charts, diagrams, the car stuff, everything. They have an anatomically correct female model with the gunshot wounds here. Had a nice pussy on it, too. Everybody said that. Woo-wee, look at her. No. So the medical examiner, on cross-examination, the defense attorney presses him on what shot actually was the fatal one. And he said it's not that simple. The combination of injuries caused the death. It's not simple of one shot.
Yeah, sometimes, if you get shot a bunch of times, they'll compound.
Yeah, that'll tend to happen. The deputy Ernest Coates, who was the former county prosecutor Dan Adamson's the ex-brother-in-law there, that he's the one that was told to dispose of the bullet, apparently, allegedly. Coates here quotes him as saying the spent casing, quote, wouldn't be needed and wouldn't be pertinent to the case and could be discarded. He says he put the casing in a film canister and threw it out after the preliminary hearing when it didn't come up and there was no talk of it, and it was like, we don't need this. It's not evidence. Yeah. When the defense attorney asked this investigator if the situation was a little embarrassing, he said yes. When the prosecutor asked the investigator if he normally took orders from the prosecuting attorney rather than the sheriff, he said, usually I don't, but that day I did. You know, in this town, who cares? It's like
from time to time. Yeah.
Wow. Tiffany testifies.
Here we go.
She described coming home, hearing shots, grabbing the pistol, finding her mother bleeding with Charbonneau standing over her. She described the calls to the police, described the accidental discharge behind the sheep wagon. She described lifting her mother's shirt to see the blood. On cross-examination, the issue of Tiffany shooting her mother was never raised by the defense. They had her right there to say, did you shoot your mother? And never asked her that. But their whole defense is Tiffany killed her.
Maybe Tiffany did it, yeah.
Yes,
Tiffany.
But they don't want to piss the jury off. Because suppose, let's say Tiffany said, fuck you, no I didn't, you son of a bitch. Then maybe the jury might think she had it in her. But what if she breaks down and cries and said, how dare, that's my mother and I miss
can't
her,
believe
I
you
love
would
her,
say that, yeah.
You're fucked. That defense attorney looks like a big asshole at that point.
Sure.
So rather than attack a teenage girl on the stand, they don't hash out their entire theory of the case when they have the chance.
Yeah, well, I guess you don't have to prove somebody else did it just to prove I didn't.
No, but I mean, if you've been saying in your opening, that's your whole case. Not someone else, her.
She's right there.
And then she's on the stand. Don't you think you should ask her if she did it or not?
You'd think so, and you'd think the jury would judge it one way or the other on both ways of doing it, right?
Well, while you're questioning her, isn't the juror the whole time going, when are you going to ask her? When he never asked her. I guess
why she did that.
I guess they don't believe that if they didn't ask her. So the prosecution said it doesn't matter anyway because every bullet matched the Remington that he had.
Yeah. Tyra
testified about being pulled from the bath, dressing in oversized clothes, hiding behind the sheep wagon, the accidental pistol discharge, the 5 or so additional shots she heard, and reaching the barn to find her mother dying. And she said, we were just yelling to Mom. We were being kind of quiet, but we was yelling to Mom. We was, but we wasn't getting any reply, We wasn't getting nothing. Tiffy had my mom in her arms, and Tiffy pulled up her shirt or something, and we could see a lot of blood and stuff on her chest. And I just brushed my hand across her cheek because I didn't know what to do. And right when I did that, blood started running from her mouth and nose, and Tiffy told me to go get an ambulance. Jesus Christ. That is crazy. That's brutal for this poor kid to hear, to say, and to see, and to experience. And whenever she says Tiffy, it just reminds me of Judy Gemstone going, love you, Aunt Tiffy, when she's walking out of the room. So funny. So this is horrible. They bring in Jamie's testimony from pretrial. She said she took the rifle, pointed it at him, this is Marilyn, and said, you're dead. No other woman's going to have you. Then she screamed for Tiffany to bring Rufus, which is a pet name for her pistol. Hey, guess what, everybody? I'm going to give you, like we always talk about guys' red flags. Yeah. Here's a red flag for a lady. If she has a pistol with a man's name that she calls it, watch out for that. Not that you should watch out for Marilyn, but that's...
the same name as a Rottweiler somewhere.
Yeah.
Rufus is a crazy name.
Sounds like a big dog.
Yeah.
And she used this gun on him at one point and shot him with it. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. So he said he closed his eyes, started shooting 3 or 4 shots. When he opened his eyes, remember, she was on her knees, clutching her shoulder. Tiffany came out with the pistol. He ran, peeked back into the barn, saw Tiffany aiming the gun with both hands and heard a shot and saw Marilyn's hair fly up, and he closed his eyes again. He just can't look at anything. Yeah. On cross-examination, though, he could not explain how Marilyn ended up with 15 bullet entry wounds when he claimed to have only fired 3 or 4 shots and then watched Tiffany shoot her once. How's there 15?
I don't know.
Explain that.
Yeah.
He said he could not explain the clustered chest wounds. He could not explain the rear entry wounds to her back, neck, and calf, wounds consistent with shooting someone who was running away or lying face down.
Yeah.
His story is terrible.
It's not a good one, no.
His story covers 4 of 15 shots. That's not enough.
And when you're talking about shooting a person and you're only going to willing to admit to 3 or 4 of them.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But then the daughter came and finished her off.
Yeah.
So throughout this 2.5-week trial, the prosecutor painted a picture, here's closing arguments, of him as a jealous husband who stalked her, gunned her down for spending the night with another man.
Yeah.
He said the motive here is the state of mind and his inability to give up this woman. He couldn't give up Marilyn Arbaugh. He carried out those threats. So sounds pretty cutting right to the core here.
Sure.
Defense attorney Stoker, here in closing arguments, brought up the testimony on the discrepancy in the number of entry wounds found in the body and the combined total of exit wounds and slugs recovered from the body.
He's not giving any explanation of that?
Nope. He said with all the theories considered, at least 3 more slugs were fired into Marilyn's body than the state could account for. That's what they said. So either way, that's what happened, which is kind of true. Jury instructions, the judge instructed the jury they could consider 4 verdicts. First-degree murder, second-degree murder, voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter. If you totally believe his self-defense case here, or whatever, not self-defense, but some sort of accidental discharge. The verdict, 13 hours of deliberation.
Wow.
I think it's the bullet discrepancy that does it. It has to be.
That's too long, yeah.
And they find him guilty of first-degree murder.
Yes.
First-degree murder. Now, sentencing, the death penalty is on the table. That's when he shows up in a bright red Western shirt. During sentencing, when the jury could put him to death, he says, I'm going to look my fanciest.
Does he have like birds on the shoulders or anything? It's just a red fucking shirt?
Tell. It's a bright red shirt.
It's some design, though.
He gets this. Now, Marilyn's family, so I'm sure it's got like those swirly things on the shoulders, like that look like lassos or ropes or something.
Sure.
Marilyn's parents said they hoped for a sentence that would ensure he would not be free for a very long time. Jim, the dad, said, I'd be afraid if he got out again. And her mom, Marilyn's mom, said, I don't ever want to see him on the streets.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And Jim said that this nightmare, the verdict won't end the nightmare for the family because it'll never be over. Never. She's dead. How can it be over? Mom also, this is JD's mom, she said that Marilyn was the only woman who ever caught her son's interest. She was the one.
Yeah.
She said it was a stormy love. Now she's being called Misty. So this is Misty,
his mom?
Bessie, Misty McKeel. She was Bessie Hamilton a minute ago. Now she's Misty McKeel. I don't know what's going on.
She takes a different first name when she gets married, too.
Yeah, she just changes it. I do a full, just a refresh. Wow. She says her son held on to even after firing a fusillade of bullets into her body. She said it's just he loves her. The judge here, he recalled the evidence of teenage daughter Tiffy, heard shots and all that, and the judge said at that time she found her mother lying on the ground wounded, She was alive, and then the defendant was standing over her with a gun and told her daughter to leave. The defendant could, in all probability, have saved Marilyn Arbaugh's life at that point. The judge went on to say that Arbaugh could likely have survived with immediate medical attention. However, he said, the facts show that 2 minutes after returning to the house, the daughter heard additional shots. Right. The judge said that J.D. had about 2 minutes to decide whether he would save the life or destroy it. When the daughter returned for the second time to the barn, she found her mother dying. Mm-hmm. She said all the shots were fired from a rifle that he held, one which required the pull of a trigger for each shot. The judge said he believes those facts constituted necessary aggravating circumstances, especially that the murder was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, right, and manifesting exceptional depravity. He also said that shows another utter disregard for human life. Mm-hmm. You, rodeo boy, may fuck off. Death penalty.
Wow.
They give him judge says, eat dicks here. So, interesting.
Okay.
Now, Marilyn's mom, Mary, said that she felt the sentence was correct. She says, I'm satisfied with the sentence. I think he got what he deserved. I feel sorry for his family, but he got what he deserved.
Wow.
The prosecutor said, I feel justice has been done in the case. I commend Judge Becker for his decision. I know it was a difficult one for him to make, but he imposed the legal sentence in this case. I feel very satisfied that the family has been vindicated, especially some of the outrageous allegations concerning the daughters. Which, JD's mom, now she is named Misty Hamilton in this. During the same trial, she has two different last names.
Wow.
She said that, wow, that's crazy. She said that after sitting through the hearings in the trial that were, quote, totally biased against Jamie, that she probably should have expected this sentence for her son. She said that Marilyn had threatened suicide on a number of occasions. Now it's suicide. You got to be fucking kidding me.
I don't think there's ever been a case in history with that many rounds.
I shot myself in the back of the calf just for shits and giggles. I thought it'd be fun.
I shot myself 15 times.
15 times. Only 4 in an area that would really kill me. I was practicing. That is ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. She said, now, why does it all have to end like this? Oh, that's because that's the thing. She says she has great confidence in her son's attorney and that she will stand behind Jamie all the way in his appeal.
All right.
She added that despite whatever happened, her son and his former wife loved each other very much. Mm-hmm. She will not let that go. To a reporter, literally standing nearby, now quoted as Misty McKeel.
Nice.
Okay. She declined to talk to the reporter, saying, quote, you didn't say anything good about Jamie during this whole thing, and I don't want to talk to you now. You were mean to my boy.
Yeah.
A juror named John Keller said the jury could have reached a verdict sooner than the 13 hours they deliberated had the state not thrown away a spent bullet casing found next to the wagon. He said that had nothing to do with the case, but just the fact that they threw it away left a lot of the jurors questioning what was going on.
The existence of it alone would have made this a lot easier.
Yeah, you could have just said, oh, yeah, there it is, and it didn't mean anything. Never mind. Now, the judge, which you usually don't get a comment from the judge.
No.
On this, the judge said that it was extremely difficult, this whole trial. He said, I would go back to the motel following a day's court session and lie awake at night hoping that I had been absolutely fair to both sides.
The judge is being sequestered too?
Not sequestered. They're all in another county.
Oh, so right. Got it. Yeah.
The judge goes into that county. So he's got, rather than drive home to Jerome every night, he just stays there. A judge can't look at anything either. He said, I tried to carefully consider both the state's and the defense's positions. After all, the whole life of a very young man was at stake in these rulings I had to make. He's 24, for fuck's sake. Right. So here's some letters to the editor about this whole thing. This is from the Reverend Ellis M. Keck.
Yeah.
He says, your article on Charbonneau, complete with a colored picture on the front page, is just what Mary Arbaugh needed for Mother's Day. How insensitive. You can't convince me that the Charbonneau story was front page news. There was nothing new in the article. The Northside News has kept us all to date on Charbonneau's feelings. It was this kind of scuzzy journalism that supermarket tabloids and big city scandal sheets are made of. Wow, these fucking people. God
Scandal
damn it.
sheets.
Scandal sheets. Either you big city scandal sheets.
Yeah.
We don't do no scandal around here. Either you think you can sell a few more papers by trading on Charbonneau, or you're so unbelievably stupid that you allowed Charbonneau to use you one more time.
Wow.
Jerome County folks should boycott your sleazy rag. Since it seems you must have a cash register for a heart, maybe a little financial pressure will heighten your sensitivity. Gee, shocking that the reverend from the First Baptist Church would have such a fucking hot and cold kind of a take on it, isn't
Nobody
it?
replied to him?
Nope.
Wow.
These are just posted. Here's one, sick of stories on Charbonneau, same paper, same day. I see the Times News responded to Mother's Day with its usual tact and good taste,
Right.
printing a sympathy article for a convicted murderer on the front page of the Mother's Day edition. What a super way to say Happy Mother's Day, Mrs. Arbaugh. I don't think I'm alone when I say enough is enough. We're all tired of whimpering poor Mr. Charbonneau, in quotes. He has been convicted in a court of law for murder. Let him start paying his dues to this society and let the Arbaughs get on with their lives. How about giving equal time to the friends and relatives of Marilyn Arbaugh? You could keep up a good thing and print that on Father's Day. That's Diana Delaney.
Yeah.
Then here's another one. Can't understand use of photo. Personally, if I never hear the name Jamie Charbonneau again, I'll be able to survive just fine. But for the Times News to put his oversized color photograph on the front page newspaper on Mother's Day was utterly despicable.
Really?
Okay. Interesting here.
Not even mad at being told about it
That is
in the fashion that they're being told. Front page.
insanity. Yeah.
All right.
Now, here is James E. Coakley.
Yeah.
And he's involved in this case. He says jury should have all the facts before making decision, his little letter to the editor. He said there's a presumption of law that if accused of a crime, one is innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, approximately 5% of the U.S. prison population is incarcerated for crimes which they did not commit but were found guilty by juries of their peers and incarcerated. If the judicial process is 95% correct, I guess those are good numbers. However, I doubt if you could convince any of the other 5% that the system works at all.
Yeah.
I write this letter after having read the Idaho Supreme Court's ruling in the Jamie Charbonneau murder case. The court, in effect, is saying that if Mr. Charbonneau admits to a crime he did not commit, then he's eligible to be considered rehabilitatable, and his sentence could be reduced later on. Mm-hmm. This is like a thing, like a very if type of thing here. He said, I investigated the original murder, and it's my opinion that if a jury ever got to hear all the facts of the case, Mr. Charbonneau would not have been convicted of anything more than aggravated battery. Mm-hmm. It's not attempted murder to shoot a person a few times, apparently. The convicting jury did not get to hear more than 90% of the facts of the case that they should have had in order to make a just decision. If there were ever a botched murder case in Idaho from the beginning to the end, it's this particular crime. As far as I'm concerned, the real murderer is walking free.
Oh, my God.
While Mr. Charbonneau does time for the crime. Judge Bistline deserves applause. Okay, that's one for later. So that's one of the investigators for his lawyer there.
Okay.
His public defender, by the way, is trying to get paid. He submitted a bill after the trial for $20,858 to the county, which is extremely expensive for the county.
Seems like it, yeah.
Now, they offered to pay him $50 an hour for a total payment of $15,132.80. Mm-hmm. He said he requested to get paid $75 an hour. Mm-hmm. But that was that. 1986, post-conviction petition. He's got a new attorney named Jim May, files a petition citing Golden Bennett's incompetence.
Oh.
Yeah. Bennett sat in on the trial even though he didn't want him the whole time because he was already paid. So he was like second chair at his trial the entire time.
All right.
Now, Okay, they said, according to his filing, they let Charbonneau testify in the pretrial hearing, allowing the 2 hours state interview without counsel present, failed to seek financial assistance for a private ballistics investigation. That's something.
Okay, yeah.
The Judge Becker, the judge from the court, denies this motion, and he says you can't second-guess strategic and tactical choices made by a trial lawyer, and so a death warrant is issued for December 10th.
Oh, fuck.
That's that. The Idaho Supreme Court issues a stay on the execution. Okay. Now, June 29th, 1986, Mom writes the newspaper. Now she's Betsy McKeel Hamilton.
Nice work.
Who knows? Misty, Betsy, what the fuck? She says Americans must guard against loss of rights.
Oh.
And this goes on to say, the authorities have so badly mangled and destroyed evidence, actually throwing part of the evidence away. The person under arrest has been denied his freedom of speech, freedom of privacy between his attorney and client. The prosecuting attorney is allowed to question a person under arrest for 2.5 hours without the person's attorney available. He had an attorney. The attorney okayed it. Having a shitty attorney is different. That's a different argument that you can have. She said, as the giant iron doors slam shut, the people of the United States sit still while some men taint the hand of our democracy and convict people, put them behind bars, sentence them to death in the name of justice? Can the politicians that have slapped the face of courtroom justice and mocked the freedoms, rights of America be allowed to go as high in politics as they like with more blood and crime on their hands than the actual people that are arrested and accused of a crime? Wow.
The ballsy statement.
This is a lot, man. She goes on to say, when an officer in our court when an officer of our courts demand to another to throw strong evidence away, using these words, throw it away, we have this bozo dead to rights. If that's the grounds, and if that is the grounds our innocent until proven guilty rights are based upon, then we, as American citizens, must wake up. Wake up now or forever live with the minds asleep as some in Congress would have us do. Oh, boy. 1987, he fires everybody.
Everybody's gone.
He's just firing them everywhere. He's firing people off. His attorney, May, is appointed to be a judge.
Oh.
Now, JD wants him to stay on, but May says, I'm going to be a fucking judge, stupid. This is way easier. I'm doing
so much more money. This is
I
so
make
dumb.
more money.
Yeah.
I get to be a part of like better clubs. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Charbonneau says, I'll represent myself, damn it.
Oh, boy.
And the judge says, no, you won't. And they appoints him another attorney. This is Greg Fuller. Fuller asks for a new trial based on Golden Bennett's, quote, clairvoyance and supernatural phenomena defense strategy, which is fair. The judge denies that at all. The judge said about him, so after this Fuller guy that he's appointed, after the judge denies it, JD fires this lawyer too.
He's gone now too.
Yeah. So the judge warns him, you've already gone through several lawyers.
Yeah,
Your rights have been more protected than the victims. She didn't have any lawyers.
Right.
That's what he says. 1987 appeal, the Idaho Supreme Court for ineffective assistance of counsel. This is for the psychic issue. They said that he incorporated clairvoyance, seances, and spirit communications into his defense strategy planning, which, by the way, he denies completely, that lawyer.
Really?
Yeah, gotta say that. But the lawyer put all these claims that he incorporated all this stuff. The claims were highly specific to his early defense work on the Charbonneau case. And they said the details presented as evidence that Bennett's defense was compromised were based on reliance of non-evidentiary supernatural sources rather than standard investigation or forensics. Generally, you don't have a seance to figure out your defense strategy here. Yeah. Now, Goldie, described the allegations as clairvoyant crap and said that Fuller was grasping at straws. He vehemently denied that he developed or based any part of the defense on a seance conducted by his niece or on spirit communications from his investigator. Wow. He later said that he never believed in such phenomena and that the claims were fabricated or exaggerated for post-conviction purposes. But his own assistant, like his own secretary said it. So it's kind of tough. Interesting. So they find all this. He denies it. Now, because of all of this, because they're saying, it was a big part of his defense, his sentence is overturned.
Really?
Overturn the sentence. Now, the conviction still stands, but no more death sentence. That's overturned.
Okay.
Charbonneau said also that he fired his attorney Fuller because he was, quote, involved in a conspiracy with Jerome County against him. Okay. More legal wranglings here. The prosecutor drops out.
Sure.
John Horgan. He withdrew from the case. The judge, this is so weird. I'll read from the article. Another round of musical attorneys has left Jerome County prosecutor John Horgan without a seat in the Jamie Charbonneau murder case. Horgan withdrew from the case last week. 5th District Judge Philip M. Becker said, quote, he felt if Charbonneau didn't want him, he'd get off the case. I guess he was, okay. Apparently, I think he used to be a prosecutor. That's what it was.
Oh, boy.
He was Becker's law clerk during the original trial.
Oh.
So he's saying he can't now be the resentencing guy as well. So whatever. This guy said, I don't care. I don't have to do it. Fuck it. July 27th, 1988. Some guy on the radio here, Corrections Board Vice Chairman L. James Kutnick, still supports the death penalty, but from a practical point of view of the Twin Falls radio personality, admits it just doesn't pay off. He said it costs too much to execute a murderer. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. That's it. Look, it doesn't pay. Just for, I get victims' families and all that, but just for one family to go, I feel better now. That is not worth us all paying millions of dollars for. It's just not. I'm sorry. You can feel a little better. You don't get to feel that much better if it's costing us that much money. You just don't.
It's a lot of money.
It's too much. He said that that this case here, so talking about Jamie, said estimates have run as high as $500,000 to get him through the appeals process. He said this is a county with just over 15,000 residents have to pay for that.
We can't
so
afford
expensive.
that. Yeah.
No. He said that he's been sentenced to life in prison, and if he lives another 40 years, it's going to cost the state about $400,000. He said in a county like Lincoln, with just 3,400 people, if they get first-degree murder, they better plea bargain it down to overtime parking. So April 1989, Idaho Supreme Court orders resentencing, finding Judge Becker improperly admitted an unsubstantiated letter from Marilyn's father as hearsay. So
we don't know that he said it?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I guess there was a letter, an unsubstantiated letter. I guess that's some sort of hearsay violation. It's very legalese type of deal. Now, the state decides can't afford another death penalty case. We just can't. So they're going to seek life in prison instead because it's just a money thing.
Yeah.
They can't do it. It's cheaper to give them life. Yeah, so they said they already paid out $400,000 only to see this original death sentence overturned. Now we got to start over again.
Right.
So May 1989, his mother's still on his side, Misty Hamilton now.
Yeah.
She says, I know that Jamie did not kill her. None of the shots that came from that gun were fatal shots. He shot her 11 times, but none of them were fatal.
Yeah.
Only the 4 that he didn't shoot were fatal.
Okay.
Wow.
Imagine shooting somebody 11 times, them dying,
Right?
and then you being like, those weren't the ones.
Those weren't the ones, though. There was 4 others. Those were the bad ones. These were fine. She says, the paper goes on to say, Hamilton, a full-blooded Cherokee from Oklahoma, recently moved from eastern Idaho to Mountain Home to be closer to her son. At first, she didn't visit much. She said, quote, it really upset him. He didn't even want me in there. But that doesn't stop her from her visiting anyway. She said, you can tell when it's time for a visit. So the Idaho Supreme Court ordered another sentencing hearing, and she said, you can't have that. She said he can spend 40 minutes each day outside his cell. Your life is just there, slowly turning to nothing until you're nothing. As long as he's locked up, I'll be locked up too.
All right.
She said that he grew up a cowboy at heart. With his family, he drove cattle through the desert and tried his hand as a rodeo cowboy. The wide open spaces of Charbonneau's youth are gone, replaced by prison, the courtrooms, and possibility of execution. She says,
that's how it goes.
it's when you kill somebody, that's how it works. She said, I'll always feel that America has the best court system in the world, but it has its bad points. 1989, let's catch up with Tyra real quick here.
All right.
She is grown up and married.
Okay.
Who she's married to? Holy
Adamson?
shit. Nope. Even weirder.
Oh,
even fucking weirder. Okay. She got married at age 18 in October 1988 to Jimmy Griggs, who is Jamie's half brother.
Jamie Dean?
Fucking J.D. Charbonneau, yeah.
His half brother?
His half. Are you, what the fuck, right? Is this crazy?
Why'd she do that?
I don't, because there's nobody else around, apparently. The prosecutors, the ex-husband's brother, this one.
His half
What
brother.
is happening?
Murder.
You know what I'm saying? She's married with a child living in Wells, Idaho by September of 1989 with JD's half brother. This is wild. 1989, JD is up to some shit in jail. Not bad shit. Cowboy poetry.
Yep, it's so popular.
Oh, yeah. He says, I wouldn't say that. So
It is,
popular
in
within
the cowboy community. Yeah, they
8 old men who live in the middle of nowhere like it. That's not wildly popular.
I'm telling you, everybody that does cowboy shit loves this shit. Yeah.
8 old men in the middle of nowhere. There's not that many cowboys. You live in Arizona, so you think there's cowboys everywhere. In the rest of the country, there's not cowboys. They just don't exist. That's a costume everywhere else. You go, look at you.
No, I mean, in New York
Hilarious.
City, it's a costume. In fucking Oklahoma,
Anywhere it's a
Arkansas,
costume.
all over those fucking places.
In the
those
middle
guys,
of nowhere, in counties with 14,000
Iowa.
people in them. That's what I mean. You could add up all those
shit.
places, and there's a block in Manhattan with more people, so it doesn't matter. It's not widely popular. It's just
Those people love
wildly
that
popular.
shit, though.
Those people love
Yeah,
that shit.
they
That's the perfect
fucking
way to put it.
Love it.
Those people love that shit. That's exactly how it's right. Now you
It's very
nailed it.
popular amongst those people.
You fucking hit it out of the park. They say that he writes about wide open spaces and the myth of the West.
Oh, there's
One
a
of them
myth?
There's a myth. One of them is Miss Idaho's grand lady with wide open space. She's a heavenly creation depicting God's grace.
What is that?
What the fuck?
I don't know what that means.
Now, the cowboy poetry, this goes on to say, and the poetry, as cowboy poetry goes, isn't bad. Bill Studebaker, the College of Southern Idaho's assistant English professor, said, I think the person demonstrates, meaning the person who wrote his poetry, quite a bit of talent. He says, now under the arrangement with the Times News, Studebaker and the, quote, Redneck Review of Literature publisher Penelope Reedy agreed to review and critique Charbonneau's poetry before knowing the author's identity. Okay. Reedy said that Charbonneau's poetry would be best read aloud. She said his poems are the kind that don't work on the page but have a kind of theatrical category.
Sure.
Charbonneau's mother said, quote, he had to dig real deep inside himself for that.
All right. Good. Manson wrote great songs.
Oh, people loved it. The Beach Boys wanted to make records with him. So she said that her son's been writing his prison poetry for a year and a half, and she's trying to raise enough money to publish her son's 42 poems and 4 short stories.
Wow.
Charbonneau's own drawings of Western scenes will illustrate the book.
He's very, very creative.
Wow. A publishing company in Shelley has agreed to publish the book as long as somebody pays for it. We'll put it out. We're not but you can use our stuff if you pay for all the materials and everything. That's not publishing it. Jesus. That's hilarious. Any profits will be donated to the March of Dimes. That's what the mom says. Right. She says, your life is just sit there, slowly turning to nothing until you're nothing. That's her line she uses a lot.
That's the idea.
Yeah, that's why they're put you there. Yeah, exactly. JD, they said, Charbonneau succeeds in one area of poetry, Studebaker says. His poetry has a sense of movement that carries the reader from image to image and situation to situation. This guy says, if you don't do it right in poetry, it fails. You can read these and not get lost. Now, Reedy says that Charbonneau's poetry is, quote, a little loose. A little loose. But when compared with his cowboy poet peers, Charbonneau has done all right, they say. They say all this shit sucks. So
all this shit's real loosey-goosey.
Relatively, it's not bad, but, that shit smells a little better than that shit. It's all shit. None of it smells like apple pie, but...
None of it's Shakespeare, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He said, it's not Robert Frost over here, but we got something. She said, overall, okay. So they said it's not bad. As a matter of fact, this is great. As a matter of fact, when you say cowboy poetry, I expect the worst, Studebaker says. This isn't.
Oh.
Yeah. If Charbonneau's poetry ever does become a book, it'll be a book about myths. Studebaker said that's what it participates in, the myth of the West. It's certainly not a contemporary image. It's an image. Certain ranchers and certain cowboy poets are trying to maintain. Charbonneau reaches for the myth as he writes about Idaho and that lies outside of his cell. One is, quote, could it be the Lord formed her from a what is my fucking newspaper's messed up. Seashell blueprint. This is where I long to be till my final day spent. Here's one. They show up each morning right around 8, consistent as clockwork and rarely late. At Joe's Cafe, like cafe.
This is a poem?
Yeah, where the coffee's real stout. They rely on the almanac for predicting a drought.
Okay, yeah, stout drought.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
He publishes a book. Or
Really?
They're saying if he publishes a book, the county said, quote, we might ask for the proceeds for the public defender's budget.
Yeah.
If he comes into some money, you bet we'll be looking for it. He does publish a book. I couldn't find the book, but I did find who has it. It says the collection is the Idaho Authors File, the Boise State University Library Special Collections and Archives, and the repository location is Boise. So this exists, and this is in
a book.
His book, yes, is here. They have it. They might be the only people on earth that have a copy of it.
One
but it's
copy.
somewhere. It's there.
Yeah.
If you're in Idaho, go find it. 1990, Judge Becker quits the case.
Is that enough?
He grants the defense's motion for a new judge, and he says to the press, quote, I am so sick and tired of him. Done. Okay.
He shot a woman 11 times and wants to talk it over.
At least 11 times.
Yeah.
More like 15.
Right.
He muses on someday being paroled, too.
Really?
He says that if he were paroled tomorrow, the world would be safe from him.
Okay.
He said, oh, yeah, they would be as safe around me as they would be around you. And they said, so you don't think you're dangerous? And he said, no, I am not. I know I'm not. And they said, how do you know? He said, I can't give you an answer for that, but I just know.
You never heard of the cafe? Stout coffee?
Read my poetry about predicting and depicting. All of his poems have a predicting and depicting shortening in there. Despite his insistence that he isn't dangerous, being paroled tomorrow is not what he wants. I don't want to come here and say, look, Jamie, you're free. We're sorry. Goodbye. I don't want that, he said. I don't want to mock the system that I want to work for me. I want the system to work for me, but I don't want it to be manipulated by politics.
Sure.
He said also there's been one-sided press coverage. No, there hasn't. They let you put your fucking poetry in here. How can you call it one-sided? Your mom gets to say anything she wants. He spoke to the Times News after a court appearance on Wednesday in a private room at the jail with no deputies present. He said, I just think I'm at a point where I have no other alternative. I think people need to see the truth. I'm not saying that they're going to, but I need to at least attempt that. To Charbonneau, the truth is that an unfair trial led to a wrong conviction, and he wants another verdict. He said the politics were making Judge Becker do what he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
all right, sure.
He said, to
Maintain,
all his decisions.
right.
Yeah. He said, I think he has respect for the law, but I think right now he's trying to find ways to please everyone. The judge said, if I ever had some deep-rooted feeling about a case, I'd get off. I don't let the public or anyone else dictate what I'm going to do. All right. And he did get off, so there you go. He says he doesn't recall the specific events of the day the murder happened.
No?
No. He says, he says he just doesn't. He said, and he doesn't want to shirk what he deems as his responsibility. Right. He says, I want to live up to it, to the responsibility of my actions. I mean, it was irrational. I can't imagine it happening now, even with all the fear and everything else. I'm 6 years older. I'm almost 7 years older than I was at the time. Coupled with the emotions and the fear, emotions controlled my thinking at that time largely. I think I've overcome that.
Okay.
I have a poem that might convince you.
Does he?
No.
Oh,
he says that would be amazing. You're like, I want to hear that. That'd be great. He said, if you look at the case, who knows what they would do if they were put in a predicament to defend themselves. No matter what one person might say, looking from the outside in, might say, I would have done this or I would have done that. But you never know till you're in that predicament. I do know now because I was inside there. I wasn't looking from the outside. I was inside looking at it. And it was a tragic thing. I wish I would have had the mentality that I do now. Meaning the
Is he
situation.
inside or outside?
I think he's inside. I think he's.
Well, maybe he was outside.
It's really hard to be sure. He went around. That was some cowboy poetry right there.
Sure enough.
He said, and the heat of that moment, and then I would have been able to think it through and make a proper judgment.
Oh.
He said that Marilyn did care and he cared about each other. He said, we did things to each other that were morally wrong, if you want to label it some kind of wrong. Yeah, beating and shooting each other, that's morally wrong. You beat her, she shoots you. That's all not good. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wow.
Morally wrong. He had quotes on it, too.
We are vicious towards each other, and one of us wound up dead.
So, you know how that is. It's if you want to call that morally wrong.
It's all in the wash, really.
Yeah, really, it all washes on out. He said, we all have good sides and bad sides, and Marilyn was not exempt from that. There was good in her. She was a very sweet person sometimes, but she could also be very ornery and mean. You know, ornery, like a wild horse that the government paid me to count.
And sometimes you have to shoot those people.
Yep. He said, I'm not condemning her. It's just a fact of life.
Wow.
And his mom says he's totally innocent and says, quote, Jamie's been a political pawn. It's never been a case of who's right and who's wrong, who's guilty and who's not. Jamie's been a pawn.
Why is she...
I don't get it. She really believes in him. Now, Marilyn's parents, they think differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said, I don't have this is, I believe, the dad. No, this is Mary, the mom. I have a lot of bad days, but I'm not going to let Jamie destroy us. That's what he wants. We're not over it, which we never will be. Everybody told me it would get better, but not much. Right. She said he blames everyone else. That's the way he always was. He just thinks he's got to have control. I think if he ever got out, he'd have to take control of someone else.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
He says he misses the rodeo life.
Oh, I miss it.
Yeah.
Boots and the buckles.
Man.
Gold, the what and the
just
knuckles.
Miss it. I miss the buckles and the knuckles. They go on in this paper article to say, having published a book of cowboy poetry, the former rodeo bullfighter, now he's a bullfighter?
He's a bullfighter.
Bullfighter now, yeah. Now he's a fucking matador. Is now writing a novel inspired in part by his life and his dreams.
Oh, boy.
What? Music about rodeo life provides another release. He says, I listen to music that takes me back, that kind of takes me out of here. I don't think I could cope here without it. And he says, I miss rodeo life a lot. I miss that kind of life. I like the mountains and the wide open spaces. He said he holds faith that he'll be free one day. He said, if I didn't, I might as well forget it.
Yeah.
They said, well, when will you be free? And he said, I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, in other words. October 1991, the court has something to say about when he'll be released, and it is, you, sir, may keep fucking off. Life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Okay.
Keep fucking off. Now, okay, this is in a revision of that. Now they say, might he be rehabilitated, blah, blah, blah. They said, we didn't think about that when reaching that decision. It was just a drop to that. Sure. Now, he's 31 years old, life without.
Whoa.
In the 90s, the Supreme Court of Idaho upholds the sentence in 1993, the life sentence. He files another petition, petition. It's all denied. He's writing more poetry.
Yeah.
He takes walks in the desert in handcuffs and flip-flops with a sheriff because the jail has no exercise yard. Okay.
Boy.
They said inmates are guaranteed 5 hours of exercise a week. So every few days, the sheriff would drop in on Charbonneau, tell him to put on his coat, drive him to a remote desert location, and let him walk around in circles in handcuffs and flip-flops.
I can't believe that.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like, he can't get away out here. I'll catch him. Wow. They said that the high desert dust, the moon dust, the sheriff wore boots. They would talk like two men on a strange, sad date. That's what they were like. That's what the paper said. The sheriff said he just wasn't trying to get sued. He said, I gave him his 5 hours.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. September 24th, 1998, Tyra's dead
What?
at 28 years old.
What happened? Do we know?
She had an asthma attack, apparently.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? That's fucked
horrible.
Up. That's horrible. That's like the guy, the Irish guy in North Carolina's first wife died of that asthma attack. She also, from what I saw, had a son named Jed who died in 2003 at age 8.
This family is cursed, man.
It's sad, man. Jesus. 2001. There's a statement from a former sheriff named Larry Gold. He was a sheriff, I believe, he was Jerome County Sheriff from 89 to 93. He provided a 2001 statement alleging knowledge of a letter that Tyra wrote that's being suppressed or targeted for destruction by the courthouse staff.
Okay.
The captain here, or the chief of deputy, alleged in statements to have discussed the letter and potential destruction. Another document suggested that a guard at the Idaho Department of Correction was asked to monitor Charbonneau's legal mail and specifically intercept letters from Tyra or from Larry Gold, the sheriff. They said even if, it's crazy that they would do that. 2002, JD's mom has an affidavit. This is claiming that Tyra recanted during the original trial and said prosecutors and deputies instructed the girls to withhold info about guns and a holster that Tiffany was involved. Testifying at sentencing, she did, but she made no disclosures with that. Okay. They said, now 2011 is when the Tyra letter comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. A 1989 letter to Judge Philip Becker, postmarked Bruneau, Idaho. It was discovered in 2011. She claimed prosecutors and a detective pressured her to falsify or withhold information. That's what they say. They say the letter generally alleges that the police and prosecutors pressured Tyra to give false testimony regarding the circumstances of her mother's death and that some of the things in her statements to the police were not all true. According to the letter, on the day of Marilyn's murder, Tyra gave a statement to Officer Dreisel, who told her to, quote, only say certain things so that her statement wouldn't be confusing, and who instructed her to say certain things that were not really true. The letter provided the following new version of what had happened on the day of the murder. The letter states that on the morning of July 1st, 84, Charbonneau was at the house and told Tyra, quote, that the wrangle horse was waiting on her.
Yeah.
I'd go, and? What does that mean? What do I have to do? Would I have to do something for that? Which was a phrase he used to tell her when she overslept.
The wrangle horse is waiting on you meant you've been sleeping too long?
You slept too long. It's sitting out there waiting. It's just sitting out there going, like kicking its
I need to wrangle, goddammit.
Marilyn then entered Tyra's bedroom and gave her a big box wrapped in decorative paper, and inside the box was a new .22 caliber rifle. The letter claimed the rifle was a graduation gift from Charbonneau, like he said. The letter stated that Marilyn then took a bath and got dressed and that she told Tiffany and Tyra that she was going outside to help Charbonneau with the horses. Tyra went to take a bath, and shortly after, she heard gunshots. Tiffany then came running into the bathroom and screamed at Tyra to get dressed. Tiffany grabbed Tyra's new .22 caliber rifle and gave Tyra one of Marilyn's .22 caliber pistols. So they went out there like the fucking...
Yeah.
This is crazy. Like the Earp boys and shit, ready to fucking have a showdown.
Disarm the cowboys.
And the girls then went outside and hid behind the sheep wagon. Tyra could see Marilyn in an alleyway by a feed canal, but she did not see Charbonneau and could only hear his voice. Tyra heard Tiffany shoot the rifle while they were behind the sheep wagon. Startled by the sound, Tyra accidentally fired the pistol. Tiffany then told Tyra that Marilyn had taken a different .22 rifle, nicknamed Calamity Jane, with her when she went outside with Charbonneau.
Every gun's got a name.
Now go ahead and name your good new gun, darling. Here you go. The letter further states that a few days after Tyra gave her statement to the officer, a different officer, Larry Webb, visited Tyra at her grandfather's house. Officer Webb told Tyra that she had forgotten to write down some important things in her statement. He instructed Tyra to add that she and Tiffany had heard 6 or 8 more shots after they went back into the house. Tyra signed another statement to that effect, even though she knew it was not true. The letter also recounted an alleged incident in which Mark Hawes, the new prosecutor from Boise, as she put it, told Tyra that she needed to get rid of Marilyn's Calamity Jane rifle. The letter stated that Tyra did not know why Hawes had asked her to do this, but that she, along with her grandfather and uncle, buried Calamity Jane behind a potato cellar. After the signature line, the letter contained a postscript stating that Tyra was in Brunau, Idaho, quote, for a cowboy benefit and street dance. Then she'd be back to Jerome the next week. Now, family members, including the Arbaugh relatives, absolutely dispute the authenticity of this fucking letter.
Where'd it come from?
This is fake. She's been dead for 14 years, and now you pull a letter out of your ass that completely exonerates you, but just, makes it look like these kids were up to a lot more than that.
It looks like two daughters shot a woman while you were, standing over her?
Yeah, why would 2 daughters shoot a woman while a fucking wanted felon who just raped her was standing there? Wouldn't you shoot him?
Right.
If you had a bloodlust, wouldn't you go, this guy's the perfect guy to kill? He's a fucking rapist who the cops are after. June 2011, there's a new judge and a new trial here we'll talk about. The case is assigned to a different judge, Judge Robert Elgie. He ruled that the letter was genuine and that Tyra did write it. Based on what? I don't have any fucking idea.
How the fuck does he know?
Yeah. It's interesting. Now, the Idaho Attorney General's office conceded the letter was written by Tyra because the judge said it was. The family called it a forgery, though. March 2015, this judge vacates JD's conviction and orders a new trial. He found the letter either constituted a Brady violation, which is suppression of exculpatory evidence, that or newly discovered evidence warranting relief, either one.
Right.
He said the state's hands are dirty and compared the letter to a video of a police officer shooting an unarmed man in the back.
Yikes.
Wow. He said the state tried to keep this man locked up in a dark corner of its prison until he died. And then the judge said this letter will shake your faith in all you believe about this case.
Okay.
If it's real, but we don't know that. Now the bond was there's a bond on him set at $20,000. The AG's office fights it. The Supreme Court denies the AG's request for a stay. And on May 18th, 2015, he walks out of the Jerome County Jail.
Paroled.
No. Just out on
under
bond,
bail.
awaiting a new trial. His family members, they said, looked visibly relieved and obviously happy to see him walk out the doors after all this time. He was 55 years old.
Got to stand in a trial.
Well, another attorney said it's quite an adjustment to be released after 31 years of incarceration. Jamie Charbonneau has got a lot to learn to cope with. He has to learn how to drive a car again and all those things that we take for granted.
2015?
Yeah, and learn how to use a fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
Here's an iPhone. Figure that out.
Good luck, you piece of shit.
There you go. His lawyer said, when you have a case with as many bizarre twists as this one, turn back to have a serious look. It's absolutely a sign that the system does work. Like, see, look, they let him out. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Do your banking on this now.
February 15th, 2016, in Star, Idaho, about 1:25 p.m., he calls 911 and says, this lady tried to kidnap me. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, this lady actually ran away. He's got a fucking crossbow.
Yeah.
And crouching in her closet. She escaped by telling JD she needed to step into another room real quick and get something, and she ran out of the house barefoot to a neighbor's house and called 911 in
Well,
February
he's standing there
in
with
Idaho.
a crossbow.
Yep. Wow. She said she came home. That's where he was. She said she ran out of her home, called 911. The crossbow and arrows were found dumped in a field across the street from her house. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Say it was a wheat field too. Same exact thing.
No kidding. Well, I mean, that's probably all the fields are up there.
That's just wheat. Yeah, wheat or potatoes. They said the police had Charbonneau on surveillance at a gas station during the time he said he was being held hostage. So he definitely wasn't kidnapped.
Fuck, sir.
The woman had been out of town during part of the alleged captivity and had company at the house. So there's no way he was kept in this house. Not only is he out, she wasn't even there most of the time.
Did he break in to try to, and then she found him, and then he just had to find a cover story fast?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
When she got away from him and called the cops, he goes, "Oh, fuck, I better blame it on her."
Yeah.
Just like he did with Marilyn. He said, she was going to shoot me. I had to do it. Then, before the break-in, they found out that JD had visited the FBI office in Boise to report that his ex-girlfriend, this lady, was illegally selling liquor without a license and that she had, quote, mafia ties. What? It is fucking rural Idaho. What are you talking about? Mafia ties.
He's been in prison too long.
Wow. Yeah. The FBI laughed at him and he left, and then this happened. He went to settle it himself with a crossbow.
Wow.
The bond is set at $1.5 million for this. May 2017, the court unanimously reverses the previous judge's order granting a new trial. They said the successive post-conviction petition was procedurally barred. The same core issues, recantation of testimony, Brady violations that claim that Tiffany fired the fatal shots, had been raised and rejected in his third petition for post-conviction relief in 2002. He couldn't raise them again in a different form.
Oh.
Can't just do that.
It's already been rejected. Whether the letter exists or not, it's immaterial.
Immaterial.
Doesn't matter.
Completely fucking immaterial.
Yeah.
Yes. And that the Tyra letter was riddled with credibility problems. It contained internal contradictions, including a reference to attending the Pinto Bennett street dance in Brunau that actually occurred 10 days after the letter was supposedly written. They fucked it all up. It contradicted the forensic evidence because all bullets matched the Remington, none matched the Ruger. Right. It contradicted Charbonneau's own trial testimony about how the shooting occurred.
Sure.
And couldn't be cross-examined because Tyra was dead. They said that the reason, the judge earlier who threw out the case said the reason Charbonneau didn't have the letters is because the state concealed them. But in its ruling release, the Supreme Court said the letter from the victim's daughter was too contradictory to be considered and also addressed the same arguments made in his third appeal. They said he cannot raise the same issue over 13 years later based upon statements from Tyra in a different form. Charbonneau admitted shooting Marilyn with the Remington rifle while she was unarmed and running away from him. He admitted that he wounded her after, which she was sitting on the ground. He admitted that he had sole control of the Remington rifle from the time he shot her to the time that he threw it into the wheat field. The forensic evidence showed that she was shot at least 14 times with that rifle and that she was shot one additional time, probably with that rifle, but they don't know, and that she was hit by 3 bullets coming from her rear, and that the killing shots hit her upper chest, and that she was not shot either in the head or with a .22 pistol as he had claimed. Wow. Interesting. Now, third, there was no proven Brady violation, no clear evidence that the prosecutors knowingly possessed or suppressed the letter at the time of trial or subsequent proceedings. The chain of custody for the letter was murky at best. And fourth, even if the letter were admitted, it would not undermine the confidence in the verdict. Charbonneau himself admitted to shooting him, and ballistics confirmed it. The conviction is reinstated, life without parole, and it's dismissed with prejudice as well. And he's going back to prison, and he's fucked. And he still has a trial for the crossbow thing now.
Yeah. And had he not been that judge that let that shit slide should be in so much trouble.
That's wild. That was a
You
wild
let this man out and this
decision.
shit happened? Wow.
Within 9 months, he was hiding in a woman's
away.
closet with a crossbow because she rejected him.
What
and had an order of protection against him.
Wow.
He's found guilty of burglary and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The sentencing, according to the press release, they said in both cases, Charbonneau brought a deadly weapon within days of the attack, bought the deadly weapon within days of the attack, laid in wait for each victim, left the deadly weapons in adjacent fields, and then claimed to be the victim.
He bought a crossbow.
They match up. Yeah, for this, like 2 days earlier. Wow. Because he couldn't buy a gun probably because he was...
Bet you're right.
Yeah.
Bet you're
you,
right.
sir, may fuck off 25 years there, too.
I don't think he's going to get out, James.
No, 10 years for the burglary, 15 for the assault. The judge orders the prison sentence run consecutively to his murder conviction.
Oh, it's over
also.
for this man.
Yeah, so even if they... Yeah, life without parole plus 25.
Holy...
2023 and 4 federal habeas challenges followed, including filings in the Ninth Circuit in 2023 and 2024. Nothing has succeeded. He remains incarcerated in the Idaho system.
Wow.
There you go, everybody. That is Idaho, Jerome, Idaho, and quite the goddamn crazy case. You didn't think you were going to hear cowboy poetry today, did you?
What a terrible person.
He seems like a real bad guy.
Seems to have an MO.
Great.
You know, like if there's ever an MO, that guy's got one.
A thing he's doing, for sure. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Just a jealous, insecure small man.
Yeah. Possessive, jealous.
Perhaps a lot of those guys that flex about masculinity have the least amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whenever I see like the real, because like, I don't know, we're like guys.
Yeah.
We play fucking sports and do shit and stuff like that. We're not like fucking, we're not one of those,
I'm not
those guys.
running out there with pictures of my biceps.
No, but when I see guys like, I'm like that, you want penis so bad. Just say it. Just go get it. Just go get it. Stop pretending all this. Stop. Just drop it all and go find the biggest dick you can and suck it, my friend. Just suck right on it like a big old lollipop.
You're going to be disappointed, man.
Yeah. Just let it out, man. Just let it out. Let it out.
You're going to be so sad.
So there you go. If you like this story, get on whatever app you're listening to. It doesn't matter. And give us 5 stars. If you're on Netflix, tell your friends, do all that kind of shit. Thank you for all that you do for us, honestly. We cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. We are this week, actually, March 6th in Durham, North Carolina. Carolina Theater. March 7th in Atlanta at the Tabernacle.
2 big theaters. Come out.
2 big, great theaters. And then March 21st in one of the best comedy clubs in the country here, Stand Up Live in Phoenix. We're going to be doing Your Stupid Opinions live, and it's going to be fucking hilarious. So do that. Also, Denver's got some tickets left. Royal Oak, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Dallas, San Jose, Sacramento, Tarrytown, Boston. Get in there and do that. Shutupandgivememurder.com has all you need to know as far as the calendar and the dates. So come out and see us for a live show. Definitely follow us on social media at Small Town Murder on Instagram, at Small Town Pod on Facebook. Definitely do all that. For sure, listen on Patreon as well. That's what you need, and you need that bad. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports is where you get all of the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get everything we put out. Hundreds of bonus episodes you've never heard before immediately upon subscription. New ones every other week. 1 Crime in Sports, 1 Small Town Murder, and you get them all.
You get it all.
This week, what we're going to talk about, by the way, for Patreon, for Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about this Alpine divorce thing that goes on now. This is the weirdest shit I've ever heard of, and I never heard of it till like a week ago.
Yeah.
And it's the weirdest thing in the world where apparently men will just take women places and just fucking leave them there. And that's the end of their relationship. And these are like not like we just met. Like we've been together 5 years. They'll go out in the woods for a hike.
Yeah.
Lady will turn around. He's not there anymore. He just left her in the... I don't know why the woods is important. Maybe they'll get eaten by a bear. Maybe they'll get lucky.
It's just a hike, or is there a vacation involved?
There's all sorts of different ways, and we'll get into all of it here.
What
it's
do
the
they
most
call
interesting Alpine divorce. There's a reason for it. We'll get into the history and everything. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports, and you get everything we put out, all ad-free as well, and you get a shout-out at the end of the show here. So I think we should do that here right about now. Jimmy, hit me with the names of the most wonderful goddamn people in the world who would never do any of this shit that happened in this story to us or anybody else, we hope, for that matter. Hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producers are Gary Howard and Joliet.
Gary.
Elena
Our employed
Zemmel.
friend Gary. Look
What
at
is
you.
it?
I said our newly employed friend Gary. Good for you, Gary.
He's doing great.
Thanks.
He checked in Joliet and Malvern, Arkansas, wherever the fuck that is.
Oof.
Elena
Not good.
Zemmel. Elena. She's wonderful. She's such a nice lady. Shelley Roberts, Melissa Bearden, Jason Fuller, Jay Fuller checking in.
Jay Full.
It's been a
Love old
minute.
Jay Full. Hell yeah.
Todd Pulford, Julie Cargill, Lisa Stevens, happy birthday.
Hey, happy
Crystal
birthday.
Nitkowski. She and all of her friends are at the Delicious Cafe, James, in Peyton, Arizona. The delicious one.
Great.
Not those gross cafes.
Not the shit burger cafe that's down the street.
Happy hour is in Mentone, Texas this week. Ben Sweetster. If that's not a last name, I don't know what it is. Other producers this week: Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Janice Hill, Ryan Bender, Peyton Meadows. I said that twice. Goddamn. Alexa
That's all right.
Panetti,
Like her
Megan.
so much. Say it twice.
May Jen, Jennifer with no last name, Carmen Powell, Mo Monette or Monet or Monet.
Monet.
Probably.
Monet.
Mo Monet. It's probably not a real name. Robert Bodicker. Barbara Hood, but Bodicker is definitely a name.
That's
Christina Parada, M. Bui, Megan Slay, Mark with no last name, Joni Kent, sleep paralysis, Brittany with no last name, Heather Today and on, Emily Pittman, Laura Lee Smith, Heather Gentile, Michelle McCauley, Nicole Yodich, Roger Christensen, Little Duck 2019, Shannon Kobe B. Wait, I think it's Shannon with no last name, Kobe B. I think I just didn't press enter after
Shannon
the word.
and Kobe Bryant have both given us money.
Kobe with a C. Kelsey Frank Art, Francis Green, Melanie Scott, Tam Spark, Robert Thompson, Steofanin. Is that an Irish thing? Matt Coyne?
I don't know.
Stoifanin? Is it Styofanin? Whatever that
I don't have
is.
it in
Jack
front of
with
me.
no
I'm
last
lost.
name. Allison Ruth Hawthorne, Rachel Munoz, Laura Quinters, Rach with no last name, that's Dom, Dominic Anaya. That's the person. They signed up twice. Thank you, Dom.
Oh, well, thank
Kelly
you so
Murphy.
much.
There's no way there's a Dom Anaya and then another person named Dominic
Probably not.
Anaya. And that they both signed up for Patreon together independently.
I'm going to guess not. No.
Kelly Murphy, Luna Lynn, Melissa Stefanelli, Jamie Campbell, Carrie with no last name, Janice Hersey, Amanda Hamon, Harmon Wilson, Kyle Weeks, Jessica with no last name, Space Case, Evan H., Charles Morgan, Sherry Cortez, Laura Olson, Becky Jackson, Maddie Tate, Mara Wecker, Seeger Arrow, Catherine Lazarus, Cayenne with no last name, Nicole Akers, Benjamin Vanderward, Sean Arnold, Thomas Greer, Amy Smolers, Jennifer Beckley, M.A., Kamara, Nat Chester, Rainey Mulch. No, Rainy Much. All right. Jolene Strobel. She got 2 patrons. Thank you, Jolene.
Oh, my goodness.
If you
Thank you
didn't,
so
you have
much.
2. So sign back in and delete 1. Eric Sharp.
Give one to somebody else.
Angela Warren. Brianna Guild. Stormy Reuter. Tracy Davis. Kelly Burns. Oberwan Kenobi. James. Brandy Jones. Nicole Peavy. Melody Alton. Randy Runyon. Peter Siervin. Cassandra Christoph, Rachel Hayes, Jennifer Ailman, David Hancock, Rachel Johnson. Yep, wang in your mouth, James. That's
well
definitely a person's real name.
I'm sure it is. Wang in your mouth.
Tyriana. Taya, not going
Japanese
to
have
work
different
your
names
elder.
these
Shivani Lane. Lisa with no last name. Cody Charlton. Or maybe Carlton. Vicky Heine. O'Hara. Cynthia Lundy. Melissa with no last name. Becky Spanner. Big Joppe. Noah with no last name. Jamie Anderson. What is the rest of this? Kaya Wong. Kelsey Tyler. Tiffany Henderson. Brandy McBride, Heather Morvay, Ethan Merseth, N. Langfelt, John McMillan, TH02051986. That's your PIN number.
Wow.
or your birthday.
Jesus.
Shonda Mobbs, Haley Beckvar, Marvelous Madam Mimsy, Casey Godbout, Howard Hale, Haley, Ali or Ali Modica, Gina. I just ate Gina's name. Gina Ardito, Gloria
There you go. You spit it back
Filipova,
out.
Cherish Hansen. Blech. Lee,
There you go.
the CPHT in North Carolina, TT, Beth P, Ryan Goff or Gauf, Sarah Matheson. Sarah would know last name, maybe the same person, probably not. Liz Vasquez, Peyton Meadows, Melissa Madgett, Nathan Rose, Ryan Bender, Happy Hour, said that. Janice Hill, Cameron Delame, Catherine Chester, Allison Catherine, Bethany would know last name, Jill Jefferson, Nikki Edwards, Matt Haunts, Scott Van Pay. Yep, Tiffany Lang,
Yeah, that's
Jamie
the one.
Blair, Jody would know last name, Greg C, Courtney would know last name, Travis Yoder, Bradley Carpenter, Jeannie would know last name, Hazel Tivier, Chad, oh, it's Hazel.
What the fuck?
I said Hazel. All right,
Hazel.
Hazel. Chad Hayner, Don would know last name, April Wonder Reeds, Beth J, Chris McKnight, Jimmy Ragland Jr., Jacob Marshall, Matthew DeMarco, Alexis Dutzen, Sarah Harrell, Jean-Luc Dufresne, Christine would know last name, Gary Schaefer, Tara Kirkley, Roger Oglesby, Dalton B, Simone Glass, R, the letter R, Tesna would know last name, Katie Wagner, Catherine Goodman, Thomas would know last name, Dusty Tucker, Taylor Parento, Meredith would know last name, Abby Kenny, Jirina Veneste, Great Dylan, 1234, Steve Porter, Caitlin M, Katie would know last name, Dana Reyna, Monica N, Samantha Arnold, Sarah Price, David Moreno, Thomas Abel, Lori would know last name, Morgan Moran, Jennifer Gillis Lyles, Bliss Bailey, Amari Elizabeth Rose, Sean would know last name, Heather Darby, Portia Bowthorpe, Midnight Tomahawk, Amy May, Shane Stricker, Danny from Down Under, Duke Daigle, Daniel Nall Sr., Chris
he was on a
Nelson.
roll.
How do you do Daniel Nall? That's not
That's
nice.
tough. That's tough. That's tough.
Massar,
Tough one.
Masserano, Mallory Moon, Barry McCockiner, clearly a real name.
Obviously.
Brooke Boring,
Classy, too.
Callie, no last name. Ashley Wilhelm, Rebecca Bukrop, Mary Martinez, Joshua Heron, Neva Payne, Julie Polson, Fry, Jared Cook, Jared Zwege, Beth would know last name, Carlos Morales, MJ O'Keefe, Leah would know last name, Leah perhaps, Nikayla S, Kaylee Flata, Alex would know last name, Emily Richards, Oscar Carlison, Gam, 1970er. Under there, Bonnie London, Mike Hans, Matt Williamson, April Ernst, Leah Hotham, Scott Johnson, Matt and Chantel Rankin, Jess Campbell, Babylon Brooks, Kim Hambleton, Rachel Nielsen, Bradley Park, Eleanor Rapole, Christian Fromm, Christian Slusser, Colby Kingsbury, A.N. Horton, Allison Asterline, Katie Beatty, L.J. Gretel, Laura would know last name, Allie Trumper, Billy Sunset, Tara Petar, Brenda Purdy, Aaron, no, that's Ann Erickson, and everybody else that patrons the show. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate everything you do for us from the bottom of our hearts. Anybody who's been with us, we goddamn appreciate it. If you want to follow us on social media, no problem. It's super easy to do that. Shutupandgivememurder.com has drop-down menus that just take you anywhere you need to be. So do that. Keep coming back and seeing us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.
Hey, everybody, listening to Small Town Murder out there.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you out there. I'm here with Jimmy, too. And
Hey.
this is an ad, but not an ad for a product. This is an ad
This
for
is the best
tour
kind.
dates. Yes,
Yeah.
come see a live show, the 2026 tour.
Yeah.
All the tickets are for sale right now, starting out with February 21st in Nashville, March 6th in Durham, March 7th in Atlanta. Phoenix is sold out. We do have tickets, though, to Your Stupid Opinions on the 21st of March. Salt Lake City sold out. Denver has tickets. Be there on May 2nd. May 29th, Buffalo sold out. Royal Oak, Michigan, May 30th. We have September 18th, Milwaukee, September 19th, Minneapolis, October the 3rd in Dallas, October 16th in San Jose, October 17th in Sacramento, November 13th in Terrytown, November 14th in Boston. Come see us. The live shows are spectacular. Come join all of the other STM people. You're going to meet so many people. You're going to have fun.
Make some new friends.
Like crazy and make some new friends. Come out and see us. Shutupandgivememurder.com is where you go for those tickets. Get them right now while they're hot.
See you on the road.